Yes.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Ranger Ops Podcast, and this is day 2 of Ranger Week. If you've been keeping up with everything, day 1 was yesterday, and we had a very special video that dropped last night. Yes, that is an interview with the Quantum Ranger, Dan Southworth. Go peep that video after you watch this podcast. And yeah, I have some guests with me today. Of course, you know what? I'm not going to introduce them. I'll let them introduce themselves, starting with my right over
No,
here.
you had it right the first time.
Ah, crap. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
over here.
so it's probably flipped on your end. So
Probably.
yeah, but Tafari TV, and then we have
All right. I'm actually on the bottom this time. That sounds horrible. I'm just showing guy Joe.
Oh goodness, we're kicking off right. So, yeah, man, Ranger Week. It's the 32nd anniversary this Thursday of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which of course gave us 30 continuous years of series after series, highs, lows, good, bad, and those who just only know that Mighty Morphin existed and never knew any other seasons existed. But with that, today we're doing something extremely simple. We will talk a bit of news later. Um, we're just going to answer a bunch of questions. We're going to do 32 questions for 32 years. Um, as we approach 35 in a couple of years, I'm definitely going to plan on getting some about bigger. The biggest plan I do have for that, and I'm saying it now, what I've been working on. Um, I'm in the process, and we lost Joe. I did,
he
okay,
put
well
in the
he'll be
chat.
back.
He's switching browsers. He'll be right back.
Cool. Oh, he'll be right back. But I am announcing that in 2028, which is the 35th anniversary of Power Rangers, I will be finances and Lord willing hosting a Power Rangers convention here in Nashville, Tennessee, and the goal is to bring as many guests as possible, get as many people to come out, celebrate this wonderful series that has given us so many laughs, epic moments, badass or farming rangers, and even some dull moments that still find some way to light up the world. So as soon as we get Joe back, we'll get this thing rocking and rolling. I believe he's back, and where you go? Uh, he's there, but he's not. That's weird. There he is. There he is. What's up, buddy? You back?
Yeah. I had to swap over to a different browser because Microsoft Edge was not doing it.
Yeah, Edge is. I don't know why they
Yeah.
don't have it. It's
Edge is just the worst.
Give me the questions again, by the way, in the private chat.
Well, yeah. You said
oh
what?
the document link.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It should be coming back right now.
Is it there?
Not
It,
Oh
it,
yet.
yeah,
re-
you
it
need one.
reset for him, but I'm sending it again.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got you.
We doing the
Cool.
morphin
It's just
stuff?
uh, we already did the introductions. Here I'll just show you something cool. Uh, I has a blaster now. The Quantum Defender, so epic, and yes, that is a signature from Dan Southworth. I never had one of these as a kid, and I love I love this weapon. It goes great with my Quantum Morpher, and yeah. So, Joe, you want to show what you got?
So why is his so? Why is
It's so shiny and round and spinny. We like spinning. So tell them where that's from.
This is from Mashin Sentai Kita Major.
Nice.
This is the first Reiwa. This is the first Sentai of the Reiwa era.
That's right. Then that's something we can definitely talk about later. On the Tokyo side is like the different eras of Tokyo, because it doesn't just span Super Sentai. It spans all of Tokyo, Kamen Rider, Ultraman, all that stuff. But until we get to that, which by the way, come back tomorrow for day 3 of Ranger Week. It's Tokyo Tuesday. We will be watching the Super Sentai 100 Strongest Battle movie. So if you're a Sentai fan, you want to hop on for that, come on and join us. Really quickly, um, I'm going to share this. Well, you know what? Let's kick off the list of questions, and we'll start with. So we'll go in round robin format. We'll start with Joe, Tafari, then me, and that's how we'll go. So we can get that started. Okay.
Okay.
Everyone will have between a minute and a minute and a half to get their thoughts out. I mean, honestly, we're in no rush, but you know, if you have something passionate about this particular Ranger season or question, then go for it. So the first question is, what was your first Power Ranger season? And we'll start it off with Joe while I share that we're live.
Oh, that's a bad idea to start with me. So my first Power Ranger series was the USA Network Dynaman series, where Dynaman had to take on the evil pirate recording corporation of Mel Fujitsu and Bernie Tanaka.
Oh, that's such a deep cut.
So if Tafari looks utterly confused. So before Saban made Power Rangers, they did a full dub where it's just the Japanese actors, but a comedy dubbing of 1983's Dynaman.
Interesting.
It's exactly what it sounds like.
I feel like I've seen this parodied somewhere.
It's entirely on YouTube. I wish we had a clip. Let me see if I can get us a clip while you answer.
So yeah, for me, it's gonna be Mighty Morphin because I was definitely that age demo. Can't believe I'm saying this. Rest in peace, PBS. But it was between Arthur.
Oh.
Yeah, it was when Arthur and those shows were on, and then we would switch to TV, and then it was Power Rangers and like that block. And I was like 5 when that came out, so it was very easy to just follow because color-coded characters with people and traits and putties and Rita Repulsa's yelling every episode. So, and then they spun off into their own movie. Didn't even realize the characters were changing in front of me from time to time, but that they were doing so many different swaps throughout seasons, and then they got tired of it. But yeah, Mighty Morphin is always going to be the one that's in my heart because that was the first one I was exposed to. And then it felt like every time I turned on the TV, there was a new version, and then I didn't realize they were connected. And then you would see the promos for when they have like 50 Red Rangers in an episode, and I was just like, what am I missing? I was like, how does the world keep getting attacked if all of you are around at the same time? Like, like the Earth gets sanctions for more than one Green Lantern. How do y'all have 50 Ranger teams like everywhere?
Oh, and it's actually funny. I have a short coming out later this week where I talk about the actual times that it was peaceful on Earth. It's not as many as you think, obviously. But that was an excellent answer. It's the same for me as well, man. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, 1993. That changed everything. To this day, I still remember sitting in front of the TV, watching the episodes. I got into martial arts because of Power Rangers. I've said this across my channel for many years. If you've been watching for that long, um, Power Rangers can be kind of attributed to almost everything that I have done in my life, my career. Martial arts, obviously, special effects, filming, writing. Mostly everything. Not the spicy stuff, but mostly everything in my life, in my career, and what I like to do can be attributed back to my love for this series that just popped out of nowhere, and years later learned that it's all from Japan. There's more. There's how many more? What? So yeah, no, it's definitely Mighty Morphin is number one. Oh, by the way, hey, follow along in the comments. Answer with your own answers to these questions. If you're just now getting here, the question is, what was your first Power Ranger season? We'd love to hear from you guys. Put it in the comment section below, and you can answer the questions along with us. We appreciate it. Thank you for the one person watching this. We appreciate the love, bro.
Okay, I got the clip pulled up.
All right, go ahead and put that in.
I'm waiting for you to put it on screen.
Oh, I forgot. I am in control.
Yep. Dynamite.
It's time now for Dynaman.
Oh boy.
5 good-looking Japanese friends from all walks of life. Wushi, their leader, is Dynaman. Juba, able to leap tall trees, is Dyna Black. Frankie, the human outboard motor, is Dyna Blue. Cowboy, the slow-thinking weapons expert, is Dyna Yellow. And their main squeeze slogan is Dyna Pink. Under the guidance of this man, Dr. Ho, who, from his laboratory and daycare center, keeps the world safe from the evil antics of Bernie Tanaka and Mel Fujitsu. At one time his partners, but now his arch enemies. Who can stop them? Who can save the world? Ho, that's who. Check this out. The ultimate persuader in the relentless battle against evil. These are the adventures of Dynaman.
Bruh. Please send me that because I definitely want to watch that in its entirety. That
Yeah, they got all 6 episodes.
Oh, there's only 6?
Oh my god.
That's how far it got.
Yeah, see, that was the prototype. So what Saban was doing, man, he'd been pushing to get something like Power Rangers on the ground for longer than just before 1993.
Yeah,
I
Stan
don't
Lee
remember.
actually wanted to do it, and it was supposed to be Bioman.
Yep. Yeah, which is even older than that. So like it the Marvel influences that Power Rangers has been seeing that like we see lately with the Toku Spider-Man and all this stuff. Honestly, I kind of want to read that comic. What was it? Was it Spider-Verse versus Venom-Verse right now? Where we finally get
We're
Venom
still
version
mirrored.
of
Still
the
in the screen.
Oh yeah, sorry, we remember that. But yeah, so yeah, it's a lot, man, and you can see the art that we're seeing now from certain artists. Shout out to Dan Mora, and a lot of other artists that are putting out these Toku inspired versions of like regular heroes. Like I know we're getting a Toku inspired Batman run. I'm excited for that. And
Legends of Batman, and I believe it starts this week.
oh my god, yes, can't wait for that. Anyway, we're bound to get off tangents at some point tonight, so let's go ahead and keep reeling back in. We are going to go to the next set of questions, and I have it backwards on the list, but we'll start in order of morphing sequence. So, starting again with Joe. Who is your favorite Black Ranger?
Am I allowed to cheat on this?
I would prefer if you kept it Power Rangers only, but if you want to do Sentai, that's fine. you are Showa Guy Joe for a reason.
Okay, so favorite Black Ranger, we will go with Adam, because obviously Johnny Young Bosch is almost the Triple Crown. He is the Black Ranger. He is also an Ultraman. We're just waiting for him to be a Kamen Rider, but we'll give that time.
Wait, is he voicing?
Yeah, he voices the main character. He voices the main guy in Ultraman Blazar.
Holy crap! I did not know that. That we love him. We stand Johnny Young Bosch in this house. We love that man.
But we do not support John Walker.
No.
No.
No, we do
That's
not.
gonna be a running gag across every podcast we do. I swear to God.
You know where he'll be on him and his elitists will be on Disney Plus Wednesday, so you'll see a lot of that.
I can't wait for
Oh
that. I
boy,
really
that's
I
gonna be
love
fun.
that. Anyways,
Joe,
yeah,
Joe, if you want,
Johnny Young Bosch for Power Rangers, and Guy Yuki for Super Sentai, because it's Guy Yuki. The man, he loves Jetman. I love Jetman. He is
Jetman.
the best Black Rangers ever. He started the love triangle. He showed the futility of life, and just anything can happen to a random anything can happen to you at the end of the day.
That man was so smooth. So smooth. Smooth as
When your arch rival in the bad guy team is also a chain smoker like you are, you're doing it right.
that man was smooth as ice, bro. All right, Tafari, what you got, brother?
Black Ranger, we'll go with the OG, who I actually do have. We'll go with Zach. I don't know where I got this Funko from, or if it's even worth anything. I guess it was like this was the 25th anniversary Funko they had of him. And I just found it on sale, but also because I've met him once. Cool guy, and I feel like no one has anything bad to say about him ever. Yeah, Walter was a cool individual on and off screen, and very much sold that well to a very adolescent youth that was me. So, I mean, minus the terrible haircuts, I thought the breakdancing and the combat, I thought it was equal parts cool and hilarious, especially when people started doing edits last year, and it was like, hey, Zach, and then they do like Fat Man Scoop and Timberland songs when he goes breakdancing. Timberland. Like, it shouldn't be funny, but it is.
Well, so the fun fact about that, he is so smooth in real life, bro. Like, you just turn around at a convention if you're there with him, and he'll just be dancing or just doing something so cool.
He is also technically a Starfleet captain.
Yeah. Explain for those who wouldn't know about that.
He is an honorary Starfleet captain because of his show after Power Rangers Space Cases.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So, because Space Cases is technically Star Trek Voyager before Star Trek Voyager happened, I believe he is an honorary Starfleet captain.
Yeah.
We love that.
Oh, I dropped a scene from Jetman for context for the people, so we want to play that.
Sure, why not? We'll go ahead and hop that in real quick. Let's pull that up.
I promise we won't be doing this with everything, guys. This is just one of those. I can educate, I will, but it's not going to be often.
Share screen, and we're going to choose this one. Yeah, there we go.
Great!
Chain smoking robot.
I was going to say not Terminator?
ここは俺に任せろ。今の竜には助けが必要だ。でもガイ。バカ野郎。わかった。
He said, "Shut up! Shut up! I got this."
Shut
Move along.
いよいよ差しで勝負だな、グレイ。しかしよ、不思議なもんだ。なぜだかわからねえが、お前とは戦いたくねえ。
言うな。ブラックコンド。いや、勇気ガイ。私は戦士。戦うことが定めなのだ。
Aura farming is real. But not the John Woo, but the birds. Oh my God.
God, hey, wait. Jesus.
Man. He said I'm changing immediately. Okay, we're not gonna watch the whole thing. If you want to watch that, go watch Jetman. I now have the urge to go back and rewatch it again. It's been a while since I've watched it. Man, Jetman was something else, brother. And we almost got that as our
Initial
our Power
season.
Rangers. So yeah, so that could have been our initial season, bro. Just think about that. Think about how that could have been our start. But what we got, and the rest is freaking history. Oh, is it my turn? Yeah, it's my turn. Cool.
Yeah.
Brother, gentlemen, RPM Black, bro. Dylan is my favorite man. I love me some Adam, and I'll probably drop a top 3 short later. But number one in that spot is gonna be Dylan, and it's not just because he's an uber badass, a cybernetically enhanced ranger, but his story as well. Obviously, RPM apparently trying to be the last season with Disney and everything. That they tried it, didn't work. And they went all out, into the world, cybernetic enhancements, sleeper agents across the last known human city, and one of them being our Black Ranger. And even without morphing, even before he got the Ranger powers, cool as ice. He was out there. He definitely gave heavy Mad Max energy and was just an uber badass. Then you give that man Ranger powers? Come on. Literally, his first fight, the other 3 Rangers are going to go stop this big the big monster, and the bad guy has sent an army of the robotic drones inside the city, like all his foot soldiers, like a huge army inside the drones. That man said before he started fighting, they're like, dude, that's a lot of. They were called grinders. It's a lot of grinders. Are you sure you'll be okay? This man proceeds to say, yeah, it's a lot. He should have sent more and went off. Boy, the order. He was, and he didn't need no help. He washed the floor with all of them, bro. I would love to play a clip, but I want to keep the party going. But yeah, RPM Ranger Black. Dylan is my favorite Black Ranger. Let's go keep it on going down the line. The next session is Pink. So, Joe, who's your favorite Pink Ranger?
Oh, easily Vita, Mr. Pink.
I can see that. And go ahead and give us that Sentai Ranger too.
That would have to be a toss-up between Boken Pink or Kirame Pink.
Say it again for me. You can't blink out there.
It's a toss-up between Kirame Pink or Boken Pink.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Safari, what you got?
I think I'll go Kimberly because I know she was in a couple series early on, and she was like one of the first like recurring characters I mentally remember because I know she was in Mighty Morphin, and then she was one of the Ninja Rangers later on, and then I think she ends up passing the mantle on to somebody else. But she was just one of the first like familiar faces I remember, which made me want to keep up with the show as it kept getting new titles and confusing a younger version of myself. So I remember her for that much. I remember her making me be the reason I kind of followed along. So Kim, I always had a soft spot for Kimberly.
You and every other 90s young man in existence. She was definitely a lot of first crushes for a lot of us. But yeah, no, I definitely understand. I can see that. My favorite Pink Ranger. I can't say what I want to say because it's not the reason it should be. It's a spicier reason. I honestly kind of want to give it to Corone. There are a lot of other great Pink Rangers, but Corone being the former season bad guy and getting an epic redemption arc like that, and the way it was handled, your Pink Ranger of your new season, your new show dies protecting a former Pink Ranger, and then the healed villain of the last season fights tooth and nail to save the powers, and then gets the powers in return, and carries the title with honor too. Like she fought hard. She fought Trakini at the end, and then Kendrick came back. So yeah, I would definitely give it to Corone. Corone is my favorite Pink Ranger, um, because of her epic redemption arc, and she was a badass, and she was hot. So yeah, there you go. Corone's my favorite Pink. Uh, Hopping on down the line, that's number. Let's see, it was 1, 2. We're at number 4. Yeah, 4. Now from number 4, that's favorite Blue Ranger. For Joe.
Mm, there's a lot of different ones. Probably for just really good character development through and through, I'd go with Sky.
And that's a good choice. Yeah. Any particular reason? Like, okay, you say his character arc, right? Like, what stood out for you?
He just had a really good, solid character arc. Because I mean, he had to overcome really, he had to come over being a sexist asshole throughout the most of FTV.
Yeah.
And then he just became a likable dude. Then he just became a normal, likable dude. He's also a background actor in the first season of Star Trek Discovery.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Wait, didn't he get like a line or something like that, or it was just a
He
one?
got like 1 or 2 lines. He was like on a security console or an operations console on the bridge in the first season.
Nice, we love that.
I know who he is.
Yeah, like I know that guy. I need to go back and watch that too. Yeah, hell yeah, I can see that. Tafari, what you got? Oh well, I'm sorry, Joe. Any Sentai Blue stand out to
Oh
you?
yeah, easily. It's just hard to me to remember the name. I can't remember if it's Sekai or Saizo. Saizo the Blue Ranger from Kaku Ranger. A lot of fun stuff. He had some really good standout fights. Also, who's my other blue? I've seen so much that's just so hard for me to remember everybody. Well, actually, Go Kaiger Blue was also fun. Not because he's a Joe,
Yeah.
but good thing. Also, the young dude on he's actor also is the young shipman in Godzilla -1.
Oh.
Oh.
He's the one who wants to fight, and they're like, "No, you get to. Out of all of us, you have to live. You're young. You'll be the future of Japan. We're not letting you on the boat. This is old
Oh
people."
my god, I love that. All right, yeah, I can definitely see that. Okay.
I mean, the reason I like him is also he's like one of the very few people that holds Marvelous in check when he needs to be put in check.
Yes. Yeah, no, Joe was definitely one of those top tier right hand man Blue Rangers, like full blown second in command if he need to be, and took control and kept Marvelous in check. So yeah, again, just shout out to one of the best Sentai series, Go Kaiser, because everyone's just epic in that series. Tafari, what you got, my brother?
Because I just watched it recently because I wanted to see what all the hype was about. I will give it to R.J. Seiler as Billy in the modern, because I know he was he does want to do more superhero stuff. Like he's growing his hair out because he at least wants a shot at Static. But seeing him play, because he's always playing such a cool character and stuff, so to see him play a more nerdy role in there, and then not saying autism is a superpower, but seeing how well he portrayed like an autistic Power Ranger, and then being the one that Rita technically kills off for a quick second.
Right? That man died.
Yeah, and then brought him back. But yeah, I very much liked his portrayal. I liked everything about the character. I liked everything about his come up when he finally got his powers and his Peter Parker taking on the bully moment. So yeah, he definitely earned. Like, I know he's gotten a lot of fanfare recently because I think it's just got put on Netflix for the first time. So there's a lot of people like discovering that. I don't know what the original reception on that film was, or how badly it did or tanked, or if it broke even. But I know I'm getting exposed to that side that like a lot of new people are. And I'm kind of sad that film didn't carry over into something else, especially with like trying to tease Tommy at the end of it.
Please don't get me started. I could go on a whole rant right now, but yeah, epic choice, bro. He was so cool. If you played Battle for the Grid, he was the only Ranger to get in that. Only Ranger from that movie to get in that game, and his fighting style is so cool. So yeah, epic choice, man. Epic choice.
Okay.
I would throw it out there, man. For me, Ethan is up to my top. Not just being really getting cool with Kevin. Shout out to KD, but no, like, and I told him this when I met him at Ranger Stop earlier this year. I was like, man, you as an actor gave that portrayal of, yeah, I'm a nerd, but I'm not going to take any mess either. And so, like, he was very relatable. And I feel like that's what made him one of my favorites.
Can you turn your volume up?
His suit. First of all, the Donald Thunder suits were great. His civilian power of Tricera skin and everything, giving him a boost of strength and being able to block anything. And nerdy as he was, he's still kind of smooth. I think he snapped like what two days throughout the whole series, maybe. Where Connor, the so-called jock, only got like one real one. Yeah. So yeah, chalk up to Ethan. Ethan being my favorite Blue Ranger, and yeah. So Ethan's definitely it, man. For being so relatable and being awesome. And shout out to him, KD, for wanting to really be one of the ones to come to Tennessee. We were trying to make that happen. So y'all look forward. KD, come on down, brother. We'd love to have you here. We'll go to the strip club, have a good time. We'll go to the strip club, have a good time. Yeah, going on to the next one. In the morphing sequence order, it's Yellow Rangers. Joe, who's your favorite Yellow Ranger?
You got your mute on, Joe. There you go.
There he is.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. So easily Ashley from Turbo, for obvious reasons. Decent actor all around. Fantastic person to talk to. Unbelievably gorgeous.
Yes.
Really good, strong acting in space for a lot of the time. Just liked her all around. For Sentai, we're going to look at another small clip, which turned out to be a meme. I just sent it over for Shadow to pull up. It is that meme.
Boop.
Because my favorite Yellow Ranger in Sentai is Oni's sister. For those unaware, when I'm speaking of Avataro Dawn Brothers, where you're just not quite sure if it's the Sentai or the drugs. And I think it's muted.
Yeah, I don't want to get anybody, because Toei's thing, it's all whack right now. I'm not trying to get us taken down.
Because she's absolutely going to run them down, like right now.
The Yellow Ranger you're talking about was Nakia, or am I thinking of somebody else?
No,
Yellow Ranger I was talking about, she is after Nakia.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's the one from In Turbo and In Space.
Okay.
And then, yes,
Yeah, no.
as I said, Oni's sister, because that woman is completely unhinged, and she is the main character of that season.
We love that. Uh, honestly, whenever the Red Ranger is not the focus of a season, it makes it so much more fun. Um, but yeah. All right, Tafari, brother, your favorite Yellow Ranger.
I go classic and go with Aisha. One because I like that they've kept her kind of in the continuity after all these years. I know she's made a few appearances. Um, they made her like a space patrol agent, like later in like one of these later seasons, right?
Yes, yes. So for context for that, she appeared in the 30th anniversary, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, once and always, and she appeared alongside Adam as Space Patrol Alpha. We still don't know full context of is it before SPD? Is it an offshoot of SPD? Are they working side by side? We don't know. But she appeared as an officer, uh, probably high ranking too. I would assume in that organization, former Rangers would have high clearance and higher ranks. That's how I would do it. But yeah, man. So epic choice because she's a total badass and so sweet.
Yeah, Karen's such a nice woman, and then the fact that she's kind of started that Ranger Stop tour that they go on every year, which I didn't, because
Yeah.
that's really how I learned like the Ranger fandom is still that heavy, especially amongst like
Oh, yeah.
adults like us, because like I kept
Yeah.
seeing, oh, Ranger Stop this, Ranger Stop Atlanta, Ranger Stop Michigan, and I think she sold it recently, so it's going to keep going. It's just less work on her part now.
You
So
are correct.
so yeah, the fact that in character and out of character, Aisha has built something so that even the Rangers who can't get their own suits back can at least still eat off of their time as those characters. And I think that's something dope about her as an actor as well.
Yes, yes. No, I was there in the audience when they announced that because they were hyping this year up as the last year. So I said, okay, bump it. I've been waiting this long. Let's go. If it's the last year, then I'm gonna make it my first year. And when I tell you, experiencing Ranger Stop and just how amazing the community is, and seeing people who have known each other for so long, and meeting people that I met, it felt so right to be in that presence, man. It felt like being home. Um, and just the random conversations that would pop up about a certain weapon, or it's like, oh, that's so cool. Did you make that? Like, it was so much fun. And yeah, so they did sell. It's not going to be the final year. The Ranger Stop in Atlanta will keep going. We don't know the update on Florida. I'm actually headed to Florida in November for Ranger Stop Florida. So I guess, or we'll find out what happens there. It's kind of the same boat, but we don't know what they're going to do with that. But dude, if you get a chance next year, come with us. Let's plan a big group outing because that community, that experience, it will change your life.
Okay, I
It
definitely
will
got to
change it.
attend one because I've heard everybody seems like they have fun at them, and then I'm seeing like other non-Ranger actors go to these things because they're
Oh
so
yeah,
it's easy to get them in, especially if they're local. Like I
yeah.
think Ranger Stop Georgia, Giovanni Samuels had a booth, and a couple
Yep,
other like
yep,
Nickelodeon actors. So yeah,
yeah.
Aisha Karen has done a good job of being able to put on for other people, especially in these trying times. So I very much like that about her in and out of costume.
We love that. Hell yeah, man. Good epic choice. Epic choice. So for me, my favorite Yellow Ranger, uh I really should have answered these before I put them out to you guys. Because it's really hard to choose. Um huh. Hmm. I'm blanking right now. Um oh my god. This is horrible for the so-called Power Ranger fan that you can't pick it out immediately. Damn, okay, wow. I'm gonna just toss it out and say Chip. Mystic Force, yellow. One of the the third male Yellow Ranger. Uh, Chip is he's a full blown stereotypical like what they see as as a superhero nerd or just a fantasy nerd. Like he's always walking around trying to wear capes and proclaiming how awesome D&D is, and I want to be a knight, this and all that stuff. But at the same time, he is fiercely loyal as a friend, extremely talented, and total badass when morphed and everything. And his power is lightning. And as you know, uh, black folks and superheroes, we just love lightning. Me in particular, that's one of my favorite things. So yeah, no, Chip. I'll give it to Chip. Chip is my favorite Yellow Ranger, and also Mr. Force just drips aura with the cape, man. The drip is on. He had that stuff on. He had that stuff on, and they all did. So yeah, Chip, favorite Yellow Ranger. Let's keep it going to the Reds, and then we'll get to a lot more of these other more branched out questions. But yeah, favorite Red Ranger. Joe, take it off.
Carter Grayson.
Wait, say oh you said Carter Grayson?
Yes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Just because, or just you want to explain, or just because it's Carter Grayson?
No, he just wants to shoot a monster in the face. It's Carter Grayson. Doesn't matter if it's a giant monster. He's still going to try and shoot it in the face.
Okay, and your Sentai pick?
That's so hard. There's so many good ones. Like, there's so many legitimate good ones. I mean, there's Bond from Deca Ranger. There's both the Rangers from Lupin Ranger versus Pat Rangers. Fantastic. There's John from Geki Ranger. There's just so many good Red Sentai Rangers. Actually, the better question, who's my least favorite Red Ranger?
Okay, well then yeah, do that then.
Ranger.
Who?
Lucky from Q Ranger.
Oh man, give Lucky some slack.
No, because like that man has more plot armor than anybody in Dragon Ball.
He's okay. Tafari, he's not wrong. In all honesty,
Lucky is.
Homeboy should have
Lucky
died.
was the Ranger of the largest Ranger team. They had 15 Rangers in the team.
Is that why there's so many people in this team photo? Like, I'm looking it up.
Yeah, Q Ranger had the biggest team, I believe.
I mean, honestly, I liked Hotaru much better as the leader, but he was the Phoenix Soldier who eventually just became president of the universe.
Spoilers! I haven't finished Q Ranger yet.
That's not my
Well-
fault. You've
well
had so
done.
many years to finish that. Oh no! Wait, I take
know.
that back. He is not my least favorite Red Ranger. I completely forgot. Ninden Red. He is the worst Red Ranger I've ever seen.
How did I know? How did I know that when he thought about someone worse, he was gonna say Ninja? That is, oh, that's telling, bro. That's so bad.
I hate that almost as much as I do Kamen Rider Wizard.
Oh, come on. I like Wizard. The outfits are awesome and the magic. But yeah, okay. I can see that. Very good choices, Joe. Tafari, what you got, brother?
I'll go Jack from SPD, just because his entrance was equal parts badass but hilarious. Because I kept wondering, like, why is he the specific one from that show that everyone cosplays? And I'm like, oh right, the guns. Everyone doesn't get that. It's just everyone else is like, we have stun batons, get in the fight. And Jack was like, I'm not doing any of that. Click, click. Like the amount of just overkill. I'm like, when they were doing these shots at any point where they were just like, okay, shoot all the bad guys. Nope. Hit a no skateboard kickflip off of one guy's chest. Magically appear on this water tower and like knee slide down while shooting. And I'm just like, no one's gonna stop him, are they? And then it's just like, oh no, the guns aren't working. Good thing they make a bigger gun. And I'm just like, so this guy's a cop, right? Like,
So I need to go back and watch The Rookie because that actor plays a wonderful villain in the
Yes,
Ninja Turtles
That's what I've been
Rookie.
hearing. He plays
Yes,
a
he
very
does.
he's a well seasoned actor in everything he's in.
And
Yeah, no,
supposedly in his office, I need to look and see if this is true or not. This is just a rumor for what I've been hearing. His SPD magnums are somewhere in his office in a scene.
oh, I gotta go find that now.
I don't know if that's real or not. That is just a rumor that's like there's just a pair of SPD magnums or one of the SPD something from SPD in his office somewhere in one of the scenes in the Rookie.
I'm about to go find that now. But yeah, no, another epic pick, bro. Again, I met him this year. That's one of the reasons about this shirt. He was on my top list to meet. First of all, the second African American Ranger, the second Black Red Ranger. Um, and he was just as smooth, almost even more smooth than Zach, bro. He was just laid back, chill. He had a lot of lessons to learn. Yeah, but I was kind of sad to see him retire, but I understand why he did. Would have loved to have seen uh anniversary movie with seeing what he was up to, but no, Power Rangers, who could have been making so much more money if they had kept the same format as Sentai. Whatever, it's a whole concept.
Actually, I think for him that might have been a scheduling conflict with the Rookie.
Probably it might have been, but yeah, no. He was one of the actors from Power Rangers that like just kept on acting. He minor roles. He was in like I think like She's the Man or something like that, and the movie like that, and other little minor TV shows. And yeah, now he either still is playing or did. I don't know if they killed him off or not, but he played a really really fun and again smooth as hell villain in the Rookie alongside Nathan Fillion and all that stuff. So yeah, epic choice, man. Brandon, shout out to you, brother. Thank you for bringing that character to life. And as always, we'd love to have you here in Tennessee. My turn.
We would
So,
have 3 Black
Red Ranger.
Rangers, but for some reason Noah was chosen to be the Blue Ranger, even though he originally was his crystal lit up red that first for that hot second.
Man, that Noah got robbed, bro. No, that's all I'm gonna say about it. Noah got robbed.
No, we got robbed because we had to deal with Super Megaforce in Megaforce.
Okay, yeah.
But you know what?
I'm
There's a simple explanation for that.
he said the thing, and now I'm angrier again. No,
So for
yeah, no,
context, Tafari, the Black Ranger becomes the Green Ranger, and he just flat out asks, "Hey, when I morph into super mode, why do I change color?" And then the big floating orb guy in that season goes, "Well, there's a simple explanation for that," and then it cuts.
Oh, it's one of those. It's Dr. Draken in the blue skin.
yeah, basically.
Funny you should ask. Roll credits. Which was already in the middle of a post-credit scene.
Right. Yeah, so yeah, we got robbed. The whole 2 seasons we got robbed. Anyway, my favorite Red Ranger, I gotta give it to the first, man. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Turbo and what they did, it did give us Selwyn Ward, first black leader of the Power Rangers. Yes, the first African American leader, Red Ranger, Selwyn Ward gets that top spot just off that alone. But then we get a story of both failure and redemption. Yeah, first Black Red Ranger, and you failed to stop the villain. Lost your base. Your team's powers were destroyed. You lost in the season finale. And then you turn right back around as a Blue Ranger, working alongside a new element for an alien ranger. You join his team, and you are instrumental in saving the world, saving the universe at the end of it in space. If that's not one of the most epic failure and triumph stories, I don't know what else is. And people don't talk about that enough because even though Andros was the leader, there were several times TJ definitely took control. He was crucial in the Psycho Ranger arc for providing several strategic ways for them to actually beat the Psycho Rangers. Obviously, some of the Psychos just had plot armor and they reversed it immediately, but that thinking and allowed them to actually triumph more often than not. And so, yeah, for me, it's Selwyn Ward. TJ, he's my favorite Red Ranger, and I mean, the close second is definitely Jack. After that, I would say Jungle Fury Red. But that's for my top 3 list later. We'll go from right now. Let's move on. Let's get some more interesting questions. So, who is your favorite Ranger team? Joe? Oh wait, sorry. Pause. Before you say that, um, Joe mentioned Carter Grayson, so we can't not play this.
And if you know what's good for you, you'll call off your clone right now. Never! Don't force me, or I'll have no choice but to destroy both of you.
Go ahead! But I'm sure you're well aware that at that close distance, you'll blow up yourself, too!
He's right, Ranger. Go ahead! Come on, Red. Pull the trigger.
You're pushing me too far!
Do it! Do it!
Carter!
I'm warning you!
Give it to me! Do it!
No! This isn't the right way.
Ah.
I'm going to help Ryan.
Then I'll give it to you!
How OP was that weapon?
It was the super. It was the combined bazooka and an upgraded version of his personal weapon.
Did Carter just die?
No.
No. Carter's too badass to die. But yeah, Carter Grayson, ladies and gentlemen, dare I say, the Captain America of Power Rangers. But that's a topic for a whole different subject, which will be a video later on in the year. Stay tuned for that. Anyway, I'm sorry, Joe. Next question. What is your favorite Power Ranger team?
So that's a toss-up between Lightspeed and Jungle Fury. Lightspeed is just good in general, like all around, like a well-written story. But Jungle Fury is probably one of the best adapted from Sentai outside of outside of SPD. Like, they just did a solid job all around adapting Geki Ranger. So it's a tie between those two, really. And also because Q Ranger is also one of my all-time favorite Go-Go Sentai Q Ranger is one of my favorite all-time, like, early 2000s Sentai.
Yeah. No. Epic choice. Tafari?
Again, probably just the Mighty Morphin team. Just because that's really who brought me in. Again, I do have a soft spot for that new movie crew, kind of their whole Breakfast Club or detention crew type thing. I do have I just wish we got more of them to some extent. Ball was definitely dropped, but Mighty Morphin was a great entry into the series, which then spun off into what was it? Turbo, the one that came after them?
Zeo.
Okay.
You got 3 seasons of Mighty Morphin, and then Zeo was the first change.
Okay. Yeah, Mighty Morphin was a great introduction. It was easy for me to follow between the Power Ranger stuff and the goofy stuff and the bullies and the school things. It was just, it worked well for my childlike mind at the time.
Yeah. Quick edit on my end. I got the name switch around. It's QQ Sentai Go-Go 5.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah. which is so it's such a unique season, that one. And again, it gave us like Lightspeed Rescue, and Lightspeed Rescue is epic. Uh, I I mean, for accomplishments alone, I should give it to In Space. But the season right after, man, Lost Galaxy being the first season after what should have been the end of Power Rangers. The story they gave us of a traveling, colony and all that stuff, and these Rangers stepping up to basically stepping into the shadow of those who came before, and they did it. Um, Quasar Sabers, the suits aren't my favorite. I'm not a hater of them like most people are. Some people call them the Charlie Brown suits, but the team composition itself, it's literally just because like before Lost Galaxy, it was well these five are martial arts and gymnasts, or they have some skill that allows them to excel as being a ranger. One's smart, one's a great leader, one's a compassionate, all this stuff. Cool. And then you just have this random guy who stowed away on a spaceship to go into space. You have these officers in this in this military. One being a freaking scientist. She's not even really like a soldier. Um, one is literally just a female Tarzan who likes to talk to animals or communicate with them, and one's a mechanic, just out here fixing a spaceship. And next thing he knows, he's in space, uh, fighting with a freaking sword, flying around. So being the team that come off of the epicness of Power Rangers in space, I gotta give my favorite Power Ranger team is the Lost Galaxy team, man. Leo, top tier, brother. Yeah, that's my choice. So keeping it moving on. Favorite battleizer, Joe, talk to me.
Again, I'm giving it to Lightspeed because it's not just focused on the Red Ranger. Multiple Rangers got their own battleizer forms.
Yeah.
And it's just a nice thing to see a more team focused one. You could also kind of give it to SPD because SPD got swap modes, and there's not too many Rangers, although that did actually start a trend moving forward in the future of getting power up forms for the whole team. But yeah, still gonna give it to Lightspeed because they actually got like full on battleizers. Shame there wasn't any for the women. It was just like
Yeah.
Kai,
They all
the
needed
Blue Ranger,
protection.
the Green Ranger, and Carter.
Yeah. So, uh, epic answer, bro. I love that one. Tafari, what you got?
Just because I remember seeing the toy for this one heavy, I'm gonna also go Lightspeed Rescue. The what was it? The Trans Armor Cycle. The little jetpack with the what was it? Laser cannons that the Red Ranger had.
Yeah.
I specifically remember seeing that one like a lot when that season aired. Like if you could find either an expensive or cheap version, that toy was like everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So
Now, I will say my favorite Sentai battleizer has to be from Lupin Ranger versus Pat Ranger, especially the Pat Ranger battleizer because he just gets two twin giant laser cannons on his shoulder from the weapon Lupin collection he gets to use.
Nice.
And then the Lupin Ranger gets a stealth bomber that turns into a shield / cutting boomerang.
Nice.
It's his battleizer.
Okay.
Then the other really good one was the Crown of the Ascended from King Goger.
Mm-hmm.
Where it gives them the gold mode for both the Red Ranger and his brother, the Silver Ranger.
Nice. Okay. That. Okay. Joe's probably not going to like this. I gotta. Okay, it's a toss up, and they're all really, really good. There's some negatives about it. a toss up between the Mystic Force Dragon armor and the Overdrive Sentinel Knight armor. The
No
Sentinel
such
Knight
thing as
armor.
Knight armor. Zaban never fused with anybody.
the, the Sentinel Knight armor, outside of the giant faceplate coming out every now and then, it's very streamlined. The armor looks great. The gold on top of the red. I mean, obviously, it's a lot of gold and red armor. I said, but it's one of my favorite simplistic but still streamlined designs. If I had to pick one or the other, just to keep Joe on my good side, the Dragon Warrior armor is such a unique armor because it combines the elements of the legend armor, but also like that man is merged with a dragon. That's how he got his battleizer. It's not
It
just
was
some
also
random
U.S.
tech.
only.
Do what?
It was also U.S. only.
Yes. No. Yeah. It never showed up anywhere else. But yeah, that man merged with a dragon to get his armor. I mean, how much more badass can you get than merging with a freaking armor? I wish they kind of gave him a sword instead of those two Nightwing batons and everything, or I guess two wands. But
Well, he
honestly,
did have the Glaive
it's
super mode.
yeah. And then his wings could have been better too. Uh, but that's a whole different story. Other than that, yeah, epic. I'm gonna give it to Mystic Force, Red Dragon Warrior, Battleizer, whatever. Next question. What's your favorite era of Power Rangers? So for context, for those who don't know, there are, just like in Japan, there are multiple eras where a certain leader was in charge or in power during a certain time of any certain Toku show. In Power Rangers, there are several different eras of who is in control of the series. Um, the first one being the Saban era. Technically, we call it the Zordon era, and that spans from Mighty Morphin to its epilogue, which is considered to be Lost Galaxy. Um, the next era is the post Zordon era, which is Lightspeed to, which really, I mean, it's really technically only counting Lightspeed and Time Force because the next series is a part of both. But I will say Lightspeed to the first half of Wild Force, and then the Disney era is the second half of Wild Force up until RPM, which is technically the longest era. And then finally, you have the Neo Saban era, which brought back Power Rangers, starting with Samurai and not finally, I'm sorry, Samurai to Ninja Steel, and then finally the Hasbro era, which is Beast Morphers and Diamond Fury and Cosmic Fury. So those are your eras. Uh, I mean, I'm pretty sure what the far is going to pick, but let's go ahead and hear from Joe. Joe, what's your favorite era of Power Rangers?
The Disney era. It had pretty much the most hits. Solid storylines, decent acting. I will forgive the overuse of back explosions that a lot of people do have problem with. They only had one bad season out of all of theirs. Out of 6 years of doing it, they only had one bad season, which was Operation Overdrive. So yeah, I'm going with that one because that one just had like Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, SPD, Mystic Force, Jungle Fury, RPM. Like those are as good, if not better, than even some of the Saban era stuff.
Yeah, Safari, what you got?
I'll go Zordon era just because, like, on top of the show was cool. The actors were great. Like, the story beats on top of the Rangers, as well as, like, the slice of life stuff was cool and easy to follow as a kid. The toys, the McDonald's stuff, the merchandise was everywhere. You had VHS tapes you could pick up and rent. Even the my friend, I believe his older brother had it and used to let us, like, borrow it at my house, and we would, like, play it. Me and him would play it on weekends. The Super Nintendo game where You're like the Rangers beat 'em up, which then moves on into like the Megazord boss battles, which was also really dope. So Zordon era was definitely still is it for me.
Okay, yeah, definitely love that. Die Hard as a fan as I am, I gotta go Disney as well, man. The Zordon era being all one continuous story will never not be beat, but the the way that Disney, even though Disney never really cared about Power Rangers, what they gave us with starting out, testing the waters with Ninja Storm, and then coming right out the gate with a banger like Dino Thunder, and then following it with another banger like S3D, and then giving us a chosen one story that if the budget and everything wasn't slashed in half, could have been done even better. Mystic Force, uh, giving us a decent and overhated adventure story with the plot twist of the century. We'll talk about that later. With Overdrive, and then arguably one of the strongest Ranger teams with Jungle Fury, and I'll explain my answer on that later. And then God, ending what was again supposed to be the telltale end of Power Rangers with an apocalypse, a Power Rangers apocalypse story. Do you think we would have ever gotten that if Saban had still been in charge? I don't think so. I honestly don't think we would have gotten that. So yeah, I gotta go Disney era. Is my favorite era because of this banger after banger after banger. And not saying the other ones are bad, but Disney era for what it was, yeah.
So was Disney actually like making those, or were they just the people that were putting them? They got the rights to like air them.
So once they made the move, so originally they were just going to do that. They were going to just air reruns.
Okay.
Once they made the move to New Zealand, they put a bit more vested interest in it and allowed them to create the shows that we got. Of course, towards the tail end, they started to wane out and just said, you know what, this is going to be the last one anyway. Do whatever. We don't care. And so now that they're kind of back, I guess, with Hasbro / Disney, kind of, we'll see what happens. But I mean, just imagine if Disney had kept it up and kind of put more effort into, what they did with Marvel and what they started to do with Marvel in the beginning, and kind of gave a little bit of that to Power Rangers. I think we could have got something special. But what we got after that was some great moments and great series, stuff like that. But anyway, keeping it moving, going to the next question. If you could be on any Power Ranger team, which team would it be? Yep.
We'll just go with Jungle Fury. They just all seem like fun people to hang out with in the grand scheme of things.
Okay, feel that.
I'm just trying to think of like all the occupational hazards that come with being with so many different Ranger teams. I don't want to live that far underwater. I don't want to be that far out in space without possible communication and away in transit. I don't want to have to deal with the world of demons. I don't want to have to be genetically modified to do anything. I don't feel like I need an evil AOL overlord to be coming after us at all times. Jungle Furies is like one rival kung fu school against another. On the side, you get to chill out with like RJ and make pizza.
No, I can't fight you on it. Yeah, I agree.
Also, I just don't want to be in high school again.
True.
I will go Mighty Morphin strictly because I want to go to the juice bar that could have.
Do you know how many charity organizations and charity drives you have to go to that juice bar? I feel like the amount of charity work they do single-handedly funded the reconstruction effort of Angel Grove every week. It's not a charity drive for the library; it's a charity drive to rebuild the library.
Basically,
Yeah.
but between that and the putties felt like the one villain you could beat without being a ranger. I'm just like, it feels like the costume is here just for kicks. I don't feel like
Now without 2 years of tap and 3 years of jazz, you can.
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like a capoeira class gets you there. You can figure out the rest. Yeah. The putties always seem like a very beatable fighting force, and I'm just like, I feel like the ranger costumes is just for flair. I feel like they could be easily bodied by like a Casey Jones character with a stick, and then the big bad comes up and it's like, now the ranger suits are valid. Also, we're gonna go celebrate afterwards at the juice bar, so refreshments.
It's funny you mentioned Casey Jones because we have now 3 crossovers with the original team and the TMNT, and Casey's a big part of that. And yeah, there's some
I
scenes where
swear
he's
I never remember that TMNT show being on TV. So whenever I see the Power Rangers, or I don't know which Power Rangers team it was that met them, but I'm just like, when did this happen? Because this show never hit my television screen that I can remember. I don't remember a promo, an advertisement. I just remember seeing it as a meme all the time of the Turtles shaking hands with the Rangers, and I'm like, what reality did this take place in?
It took place in ours, and it was there was TMNT and Next Mutation, and that was the Power Rangers in Space season.
Okay.
Season 6. Yeah, no, yeah, 6. Season 6. Yeah, man, that fever dream happened, and the show Next Mutation unfortunately did happen. Yes, there was a female fifth turtle. That happened too, and so it's a whole different thing.
She's more welcome in the community now because of the Image comics or
Yes.
IDW books.
Yes, and we love that. So yeah, good choice. I mean, the classic team will always be a solid knit group. For me, I'm with Joe on this one, bro. From a martial arts standpoint, being able to train and spar and learn the techniques that they learned, yeah, man, having RJ be my master would be the honor of the lifetime, bro. Like I would follow that man's lessons to a T and just want to hang out with him. He is so much fun and laid back and badass at the same time. Plus, Jungle Fury could use more color. On their team. I'm just saying. A brother loves kung fu too, man. We were kung fu fighting too, and just go ahead and slide me that. Well, we can't. It can't be black because that's Jared. It'll be the orange Jungle Fury Ranger. Just put me on the team with put some color on the team. But yeah, no. All that aside, Jungle Fury, solid choice. That's my team that I want to be on. Just hang out and learn secret kung fu moves. You're moving right along. So, what is your favorite single episode of Power Rangers? Like I mean, obviously you did have to scroll through your favorite, but what's your favorite single? Just one episode that stood out to you the best. What episode is that from Power Rangers? Joe, talk to me.
Oh, the behind the scenes, but not quite behind the scenes episode of RPM, where it's just like it is a normal behind the scenes documentary, but they're all still technically in character. It's like we really are these people, but we're actually making a show.
Yeah, to for context, that it is chaos personified. They stay in character, but it's a behind the scenes episode, and it's firmly set in the season. Um, the villains, the guys in the suits and everything, like it's it's so much fun to just watch that episode. Just for the chaotic, like, okay, well, they're acting, but they're not. What's happening here? It's hilarious. Good choice. What about you, T?
Probably whichever episode or arc was Tommy's first appearance, because how do you jump in? How do you eject 5 people out of their own Megazord? Like, I didn't even know that was allowed at the time. Like, I thought it was robot v robot. And if so, how did you get in here and how did you all get beat out of your own? And then somebody like recently replayed it and it was like, I don't remember Tommy slapping Kimberly like that. Because it's like you watch it, and it's like he's fighting everyone else, and with her, he just hits like the most wicked backhand. So yeah, Tommy's arrival in the scene was very much a shakeup to what we had gotten used to. And then some days you look back, you're like, he became a good guy after this. How? Because like nobody held a grudge after this.
Trini definitely should have, because she caught that hit first. When as soon as he opened that door and said, "Surprise, motherfucker," and said, "What, bro?" That's to this day, one of the most diabolical scenes in Power Rangers history, and I don't think anything else has topped it since. So, a hella epic choice on that one. Okay, so for me, I'm going right back to Lost Galaxy. There's a fun little episode with barely any Sentai footage, and the premise is basically aliens before a kid show. It's called The Lost Ship, or hang on, let me find this out real quick. But the premise is what I'm searching. The premise is the colony is drifting through space, and they get a signal from a ship, and just like anybody who's dumb enough in that situation, they go over and try to help. They're not. They don't do it like this. Oh, well, we're just gonna go over there and try to. There is a lesson of, well, hey, they're asking for help, but we shouldn't go over there because we don't have the resources. And then the guy's like, hey, there might come a chance where we need some help, and they might not come. So how about we, spread the karma so we can actually get some help later on down the line. And they do go over there, and it turns out to be an alien ripoff. There's the whole crew is dead. There's webs in the entire ship, and there is an alien left in the ship, hunting and haunting. And there's barely any morph sequences. Like, it's a really, really well directed, well fun episode. Like, I hadn't watched Alien or anything to that point, so that was my first experience with something of that style of like plot. But it's called The Rescue Mission. The Rescue Mission is the name of the episode. It's episode number 18 of the series, and it's just a well directed, well handled episode to do that kind of plot for a children's show, and it led to getting an artifact called the Lost Galaxy book, or the Galaxy book, that led to more shenanigans later on down the line. So yeah, that's my favorite single episode of Power Rangers to this day. Keeping the party rocking and rolling. What's your favorite Megazord?
I hate that I have to pause, but there's so many different versions and variations.
Yeah,
I'm trying to make sure I got the right names to some of these, because I'm just like, I remember the design, but there's so many seasons.
You're not wrong.
The Lightspeed Rail Rescue Megazord. Obviously, that's right up there with the show Megazord. It's just like the giant monster has to look up at the Megazord because the Megazord's so damn huge.
It's so big.
But yeah, the Lightspeed Rail Rescue Megazord.
Okay. I like it. Tafari, what you got, brother?
So mine, I believe it is the Dino Megazord from Mighty Morphin. The one that it kind of had like the teeth in like the chest cavity, but then it had the whole sword and shield combo along with the horns.
Ah, yes, the one you were really excited about because it had a cloak one time.
I was gonna say, is that the one that they recently brought back for the
Gozuger, yeah,
Yeah, and that
yes, Daizujin. So in that one, he's also in the Japanese version. He's God and he's an asshole.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So in the Japanese version, in the show, he's not just like some robot or dinosaurs. He's their god.
And he's an
And
asshole.
he is an asshole. Yes. Oh man. Solid choice. I mean, you cannot ever go wrong with Mighty Morphin. The original is so cool. For me, really should have answered these questions before we got on. Before we got on. That's how busy I've been. Jesus Christ. La 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 la. So one that always stood out to me that was really fun, that we never saw a lot of, was Lightspeed Rescue's Omegazord. It's called the Omega Megazord, and it's so cool looking. Um, that's definitely a good one, honestly. And if I had to truly pick one, it's more because of the Sentai. But Dino Fury's Red Champion T-Rex Zord looks so good because it's so. Actually, hold up. I think I have it somewhere. Yeah, it's behind me. Hold that thought. If I can reach back here without knocking everything down or cramping up. What is the design of this? Like it's so different and so slim looking to other Megazords. Now, obviously, this is not the entire Zord put together, but the fight scenes it was able to give, the movements it was able to make, yeah, and obviously, definitely more based off the Sentai, but I picked this one as a favorite Zord of mine just because of just how it looks and how awesome the fight choreography can be with that Zord. So that's my pick. And keeping it moving right along. Favorite team up. Joe.
See, the problem is there's not too many to pick from because they just don't do it as much anymore.
No.
I guess I'll go with the quintessential one and To the 10th Power.
Certified classic.
We'll do that one. Sentai wise, that actually is a bit tougher because they do it like all the time.
Yeah, they do.
Actually, I'll probably cheat a little bit and just use Lupin Ranger versus Power Ranger because when they do team up, it actually is a really fun thing when everybody gets on the same page, even though Pat Red and Lupin Red usually immediately devolve into their standard roles, and everyone else is just kind of like, what the hell? But except for Lupin Gold/Silver, since he works for both of them. But yeah, I would say that the Lupin Ranger versus Power Ranger and Sentai, but To the 10th Power is probably one of the best team ups they've ever done.
Yeah. Davari, what you got?
So I do like the new appearance with Cloaked Red Ranger and the Megazord coming in. I don't know if it's just been like a legal thing why they didn't do that soon, but up until then, because I actually did catch this one on TV, Forever Red and which one? Wild Force was actually pretty dope. Like that many Red Rangers, which was also making me think, well, why don't y'all just do this more often? I feel like the world would have less problems. But getting that many Red Rangers on screen in one episode, and I was like, well, I hope they do this for every Color Ranger at least, especially since we're building more onto a continuity. I think this would be great.
2 of those Rangers didn't make sense anymore.
Did they?
Yeah.
The original
Yeah,
Jason the Tyranno Red never made any sense, and Tommy being Zeo Red never made any sense anymore.
Well, Zeo can be excused as the powers weren't destroyed; they just stopped using them for
But they got
stupid
converted
reasons.
into the turbo powers.
Again, they stopped using them for stupid reasons because it was just, oh, we're changing. Here's cars. But
And
Jason,
Tommy
I
didn't have his
agree.
MacGuffin morpher at that point either.
He didn't have what?
His MacGuffin master morpher, his I can be anything I was.
No, he did not have that yet. I'll probably I did want to do a video later about how I explain like when he would have gotten that. But anyway,
Or
so
even better question, how he got that?
Ninjor.
Too much red.
Ninjor. A solid choice. Forever Red will always be one of the top tier crossovers.
If
And
only
for me,
they
it's a
had the
toss.
budget.
Yeah, for me, it's a toss-up between 2 very amazing 2-part episodes. Wild Force and Time Forces crossover, which came before Forever Red, Reinforcements from the Future, and the crossover between Ninja Storm and Dino Thunder. Man, I probably have to edge it out to the first crossover of the Disney era, which they didn't have to do, and obviously sometimes they didn't want to do. But not only did they give us these 2 teams fighting alongside each other, for the first time ever, they gave us these 2 teams fighting against each other. Both crossovers have merit. The storyline in Reinforcements from the Future, where the Time Force team comes back, their villain is redeemed, they have epic fight scenes. Great, cool, love it. But to have our 3 rookie Rangers now, these new high school kids who don't train, barely listen to Tommy sometimes, to have them get their shit rocked by 3 veteran ninjas who just saved the world a year ago and have been training all their lives. They had them boys on the edge, man. And then like they gave us one of the most epic unmorphed fight scenes. Again, 2 Ranger teams, not obviously mind control is a part of it, but it gave us something different up until that point. 2 Ranger teams, 2 superhero teams fighting against each other, only to come together at the end and have an epic fight in the rock quarry like they always do. But it edges out for me. I got to give it to it's what Thunderstorm, I believe, part 1 and 2. Yeah, it's the first crossover of the Disney era for me, and it stands out as one of my top favorites. Not above Forever Red, but it's definitely in the top 3. Keeping the thing going. I already know what Joe's answer is going to be, but your least favorite Power Ranger season?
Megaforce and Super Megaforce. The acting's terrible. The plot's bad. Poorly adapted. A Ranger never lets go of his weapon.
Oh God, no! Oh God! Don't do that.
I know you're expecting me to say Operation Overdrive, but when you fail at almost every single thing, and granted, I give them a little bit of leeway. Gosei Sentai Goseiger is very tough to adapt in a U.S. audience, considering it's about angels.
Yep.
As literal angels as a Sentai, that's a little hard to do. But you still fail just like at every single turn, and then take what is probably considered one of the most beloved seasons of of Super Sentai and adapt it even worse than the series prior. You've just failed in every single attempt. Like there's almost no redeeming qualities about that thing. Not to say that the other actors didn't try, but like, and I'm sure the actor that is Troy has gotten better with time, and maybe it was his first role, but it was a poorly written script. It probably seemed poorly directed, poor adaptation, poor conversion, lazy attempt no matter what. So yeah, just like Megaforce and Super Megaforce.
They tried, and good old Jonathan Zachary was like, they don't care about character development. Just go fight and do banter. That's all I pay you for. That's literally it. That's the reason why we didn't get much more from Stupid Megaforce. Tafari, I didn't mean to interrupt, but yeah, go ahead.
No, you're good. Because I think this is where I fell off. The Disney XD era. I think I'm not saying they were bad, but once we kind of got to like, what was it, Dino Thunder? I think we went from Ninja Storm to Dino Thunder, and I was just like, what are we doing? Like, what's happening? How do we go from the way of the ninja to prehistoric animals? Like in the same time, like. That's why I was just like, Power Rangers is just doing whatever they want. And I think I'm either checked out or too old for this or both.
I can respect it. I understand. Kind of hurt right here, but okay, we keep moving on. Yeah, for me, it's definitely Stupid Megaforce. Having watched my first at that point around that time, I officially started watching Sentai and Samurai. Well, I'm not going to demean it by saying that. Shinkenger and Gokaiger were my first two Sentais that I watched. So yeah, high standard was set, and Saban the Neo Saban era dropped the ball almost immediately in their first two comeback seasons with Samurai and Megaforce, Super Megaforce. Now Samurai stands out being the first one back. A lot of kids that grew up with that glazed the fuck out of it right now. I can't blame them. We do the same thing for Mighty Morphin every now and then, but we also know, as amazing as it was to get that, Mighty Morphin in itself, watching it nowadays is a real triumph of your patience because of how corny it truly is. But seeing what Shinkenger was and what Samurai could have been, especially with I don't know, maybe an Asian lead Red Ranger. But yeah, gotta give it to Megaforce and Super Megaforce for dropping the ball so hard that Dino Charge was a breath of fresh fucking air for me. But yeah, keeping it moving. Let's see, season. What is the saddest to you? The saddest Power Ranger moment of all time, Joe?
First episode of Operation Overdrive.
The saddest moment, not show. Stop it.
Yeah, that is the saddest moment because I knew I'd have to sit and watch the rest of this thing.
Oh my god. Okay, if you had to pick another one.
The opening of Megaforce, because I know they butchered a horrible series.
Okay.
Well,
Okay,
it
fine.
actually sad because like nothing really made me sad in the grand scheme of things. It wasn't I was mainly into feelings, as it was just one of those like, well, yeah, this is a show like I understand what the premise is. This isn't like they're not batting for like batting for like everything else or big like dramatic moments. The only real one was like Kendall, and that wasn't even like really sad because like you just understand at that age, you just understand it's like the actor probably had something going on. She did, and then guess what? It's a kid show, so magical resurrection.
Yeah.
But of course.
So yeah, like I said, comedically, it's the start of two very poorly run series. In the grand scheme of things, nothing really ever made me sad in the series. So I can't really point out anything sad to me. I understand what moments are supposed to be sad.
Yeah.
but like nothing really like stood out to me as sad.
Okay, I feel that. Tafari, what you got?
Sam, what was it? They went to a peace conference when they got rid of the first batch of Rangers, because that was just like and then they just walked the new guy. I'm like, I mean, at least y'all got them to do the send off, but I'm just like, so we're just never gonna see them again. So,
I mean, not for a good 30 years.
Apparently, like I was not.
Well, no, that's not entirely true because Jason came back almost immediately.
Yep. And then Kimberly in the movie in Turbo movie. So some of them came back a little earlier than normal, but yeah.
No, I was talking about Jason coming back almost
Zia.
immediately and Zio.
Yeah, and Zio, yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, so I'm like, so they're just leaving, and then they just teleport out of there, and it's just like, well, here's the new Rangers, and I'm like, they don't get equipped to the team at all. You literally just go, here's the new suits, and next episode.
Well,
Now,
we all know what the real.
No, go ahead.
We all know what the real reason was. They were off in space during the emissaries' work as the Omega Rangers. There you go.
So I will say there actually is a very sad moment for Super Sentai that I can at least go to, and that is the finale of Dawn Brothers. Because as the series was ending, you started noticing that Momotaro, the Red Ranger, was starting to slowly lose his memory because he is there to serve a singular purpose, and once that purpose served, he kind of goes as a blank slate to reset for the next time he's needed.
Oh.
Which, by the way, spoilers, but that's a 4-year-old series now that they're probably never going to adapt into Power Rangers because good luck.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
no. Never.
But,
never that.
Seeing him start to lose the memory of all the team members, and then one of his best friends who was his frenemy, and lots of overtone, kind of like Ultraman in Ultraman Arc with Coffee Dude and Yuma, where they were super best friends, and you know there's something between them. It was something between the original main bad guy and Momotaro, and they have like this last dinner at a ramen stand, and by the end of it, Momotaro doesn't know who the dude is. So
yeah. I can see that. Yeah, I mean, just from the writing standpoint, the acting standpoint, there's three true instances of it, but I gotta give it to the death of Kendricks. Being such a shock and an odd moment, something we didn't expect would happen. It was very sad because seeing her team react to that, and yeah, and then them going like hella hard for her after it happened. But yeah, it was a very sad moment at the time to see that happen. Uh, I'm glad she got that the actress got better and was able to come back. I, as a writer now, probably wouldn't have brought her back, but I understand why they did. Again, kids show. But yeah, that was I'll probably keep that as my saddest moment just because of how well it was written, acted, and portrayed. And it was a very sad moment to have to watch. Yeah, we've seen some other people die in the series before or mentioned that they were dead, but to have one of the main heroes, be killed off like that, yeah, definitely a shock to the system. Keeping right along. Favorite villain. Well, let's preface this by saying favorite main villain. How about that?
I'll just go take the basic bitch one and just say Lord Zed because he's just way too iconic. He's a U.S. only character that has been like so long running established. And then we find out some other stuff in the comic that just made Shadow so incredibly upset about his fan fiction once he read that thing. I could hear the yelling from my house, and that's when I lived in Bellevue. So yeah, Zed, just because he's iconic, he never his legacy never truly went away, because somehow it always traced back to him to a degree. Every so often, not consistently, but every so often, it would just magically go back to Zed.
Yeah. Somehow Zed returned. Tafari, what you got, brother?
Rita Repulsa. She was the fact she was always just on screen and like screaming at the top of her lungs. I don't know why. I was just like, I definitely can tell you're the bad person here. I also didn't realize they were like dubbing her over the entire time, and that I believe she passed away like shortly after that show, didn't she?
No, she lived her
passed away
last.
in 06.
The actual actress prior to her changing from Machiko's Sensei. Machiko Sensei's last role was in Magi Ranger, which we called Mystic Force. She was the Great Mystic Mother, which she was like the queen of all good magic. In continuity lore, that was actually Rita Purified. So that was her last role before she died. But the actress has actually been a consistent villain in prior Sentai. She was the main bad guy also in Denzi Man, I think.
Yes, definitely one of the earlier seasons. I remember that.
Also, Queen Bandora had just Bandora versus Rita is another video discussion you need to have, because on top of her also singing, and the Bandora Dora song is just really good, and that's also a reason why her Moon Palace says Bandora's Palace. In the early seasons, they never edited that out.
Nope.
Bandora had like legit grievances.
Yes, she did.
Although they were also legitimate reasons, because your kid was also kind of an ass and got what was coming to him, but still.
Yeah. Again, solid choice for both of y'all. I am going to give it to Mesogog. Throughout the entire run of Dino Thunder, not once did he ever lose his aura. Even finding out that he was the one of the Rangers, the fathers. Mesogog was pure menace from start to finish, and I mean he handled all the losses like, okay, cool, I didn't lose, y'all lost, I'm gonna punch you for it because I made you be better. What's up? And I feel like the ending fight should have been a 2-phase fight, because he mutated almost immediately into a monstrous form, but he could throw hands. He was throwing hands with Lothor. Tafari, Lothor in Ninja Storm obviously was brought back in Down Thunder. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I remember the character.
But yeah, he was Mesogog threw hands with Lothor and won. Like trapped him forever. I'm assuming he was either destroyed in the base or he's out there lurking around somewhere. But he threw hands with Lothor and won. And you know how badass Lothor was, despite all the comedic comedy. But yeah, for me, it's Mesogog. Favorite mentor. This one should be easy, especially for me.
Oh, waiting on me?
Yeah, favorite mentor.
Yeah. So just a reminder, it's round robin, started with Joe, Tafari, and me, and that's how we'll go.
Okay.
I'm gonna coin toss it, and it's either got to be either RJ or Doggy Kruger. It's just one of those two, hands down. Like the boss who gets it done and then backs up his words with acts. And a general caring for his subordinates, or RJ, who's just like chill dude, just trying to put out positive vibes in the world while also making sure his team can handle what it needs to handle.
Yeah, feel that. Tafari?
I mean, we're talking mentor like the head of the whole thing. Probably Zordon, if that counts.
Yeah.
He counts.
Yeah, okay.
counts.
I mean, I don't know about movie Zordon. He very much seemed like kind of a douche, but old school Zordon seemed like he at least tried to let them have a life, whereas other Zordon was like, hey, train and only train. Don't care about your personal life.
You should read the comics.
I've heard this. I've also heard Zordon was portrayed terribly, like everywhere else except Mighty Morphin. I've heard Zordon's not a great
It's
guy.
not that he's portrayed badly. It's he has made horrible mistakes that have caused deaths in the past, and has decided the easiest thing to do is use child soldiers because they're more mentally malleable to your effort. Which is why he's using teenagers. Which is why Alpha's like, no, not teenagers. And now you realize Alpha's trying to protect children from becoming soldiers.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, in the grand scheme of things, he's not a bad dude, but he is someone who is not wise old grandpa in the tube. He's more of old man's war that can't let it go.
Yep. Still love him though, but he got issues. Honestly, yeah. For me, it's the same way with Joe. A toss up between RJ and Doggy. I'm gonna kind of give it to Doggy. One, the design for the American version of Doggy was so bad. I love my dog from Hell in Sentai, but I mean they definitely made it more anime cartoon looking, and in the US he looked so much more badass. And
I would go with him being just cleaner. It was a cleaner design.
Clean design. Yeah. I'll say that. And God, the Shadow Ranger outfit and his story too. I'm a big sucker for a story and for different ways that you can do a plot. And having the stoic commander with a dark past and trauma this, trauma that, and like literally just looking at his sword gave him true depression until he was able to pick it up again and fight for what's right, and getting his wife back and finally be able to put his longtime nemesis down. For me, it's definitely Doggy freaking Kruger.
Also, I don't know how much people think about this, but low-key shout out also goes to Princess Shayla from Wild Force.
Yes.
Because that woman has the patience of a literal saint, because you have toxic masculinity Yellow Ranger and Taylor. You have idiot Jungle Boy Tarzan and Cole. You got the idiot twins in the Black Ranger and the Blue Ranger, who are just literally almost Beast Boy and Cyborg.
They really
the
are.
only normal Ranger out of the original 5 was the White Ranger, who was just a teacher and teacher's aide who eventually became a thing. But she had to put up with those people living on that island, and I'm just like, you have to be some sort of holy deity, because you're dealing with so many horrible personalities.
And then when the love of her life came back and barely acknowledged her, she had to deal with that too. Dear Lord.
I would have tossed Danny and what's his name off that island, and like by the end of the week, it's like, we'll find a new Blue and Black Ranger. You're out.
Oh God, as a great honorable mention, that's gonna be a great clip to show. Because dear Lord, they were rough. With the Wild Force team, the personalities, man, they were something else. Let's keep it moving to
go watch the interview we did with the Quantum Ranger. I'm the cameraman in that, so I can't say we. We do know for a fact, per Dan Southworth's own continuity, Eric did not get with Taylor.
No, it made me kind of sad, but also I get it. I'm sure they at least hooked up. Like you can't tell me they didn't, but they didn't say an actual item. Come on,
there is only division.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, favorite Sixth Ranger, all across the board. The not all of them are number 6, but your favorite extra ranger who has his own powers and badassness and all that stuff. Joe, what you got?
So is it Six Ranger or extra?
Okay,
You
we'll keep
have
it at
six.
6, but okay, so I'm not counting people like Man the Defender. Man the Defender is not a ranger, despite what people will say.
But he is the
Six,
Six Ranger for that team.
he is an ally for that team, yes, but that's a whole different topic. We can get to that later. Let's just say 6 Rangers. Yeah, go ahead.
Again, you have to just kind of cycle through everything. Uh, I'll go Cam. Cam's a good, solid choice. Wanted to be part of the team, had to live up to his father's expectations. Literally had to make a Sophie's choice of with getting his powers. It's probably not a good analogy for that one in the grand scheme of things, but had to make a really hard decision on his power in order to obtain his powers.
Yeah.
Then afterwards had to just continue to live up and try to manage both everything under the sun. Sentai wise, oh good God, there's so many good ones. I would have to say surprisingly Raculus, Kingo Silver, because that man played the longest long game I have ever seen ever, and it paid off. Like, that man was the most despised character in Sentai next to Kamen Rider Kaiza. If you know what I'm talking about, you know that's up there. So many people were so happy when that man's neck got snapped in the end of Fives, but
Jesus.
Oh my God! Spoiler alert! But Jesus Christ!
look, but like Raculus, oh my God, that dude, like, he was up there until the final 5 episodes where he's like, I've been playing the long game for 20 years.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
To
Okay,
make
love that.
everything we're about to do possible. We can't
Nice.
fuck this up. So yeah, third Six Ranger, like I said, those are my 2 favorites. Like I said, you just got to give it up to Raculus. Go watch King Goger. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's the only thing where they blatantly copied Avengers Endgame for the final battle.
Oh my! Okay,
That's got a theatrical release that merges the final 3 episodes into a like Endgame film.
Oh,
even the movies are
okay.
canon.
Okay then. Well,
Oh, by the way, Black Ranger's mom is terrifying.
What?
Now you had my curiosity, and now you have my interest. So
Yeah, like
I'm
the
gonna check
Black
that out.
Ranger's mom, who was the former Black Ranger, just like reappears, and she is terrifying as a fighter.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm locked in for that then. Tafari, what you got, man? Your favorite Six Ranger?
I'll go White Ranger Tommy. Just because when he stepped on the scene, that was very much. And rest in peace, JDF. That was the toy everybody wanted. That was the character everybody wanted in the video game. Everybody wanted that costume or the mask, if that's all you could afford for Halloween. White Ranger was very much like a cultural phenomenon the moment he stepped into the episode.
Oh man, yeah, no, that arrival and that epic, just the angel on high coming down type deal, and the fact that he soloed several Rangers by himself multiple times. I think, dude, it was a clip the other day I saw. He soloed like I want to say 3 aquatic style monsters, with just him and Saba, and like Solo like destroyed, like they didn't get bigger, and then he destroyed them right then and there in just hand to hand and weapons fighting done. So yeah, he was definitely powerful. I really enjoyed also the fact that we got the actual origin for that power in the comics. Again, another thing from the comics that answer the question that we've always had. And so yeah, but good epic choice. I love that. For me, it's got to be the original first ever American Ranger, the Titanium Ranger. Bro, the story, the reveal, and him cut. Now it's kind of the opposite of what Tommy did. He also came down from on high, but instead of being a savior, he was their destroyer, and he put belt to ass for the Rangers. And the story of him not truly being mind controlled, but being led to believe that his father abandoned him all his life, and he was raised by the demons. Which the whole concept of them being sealed away, but having enough power to raise it's we don't think about it, don't think about it too hard. But the 20 years of that hatred building up, yeah, he put belt to ass, and the suit was so badass because he is again the Titanium Ranger is the first American made Power Ranger. You know that's why you don't see him as much. But yeah, the suit, the silver and the gold design, the axe that becomes a gun, and just how powerful and epic his fights were. Yeah, Titanium all day was my favorite Six Ranger of all time. Moving right along to the very next one. This is a more wide variety. Who's your favorite ally? And it can be support like Alpha, or it can be an allied hero like Madden Defender, something like that. So yeah, who's your favorite ally? Like someone who's actively like helped the Rangers, whether they're more.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who I have in
Yeah,
name
yeah.
that would fall in the category.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I'd say Ninja, but that voice just bothers me now that I'm older.
You don't like Ninja?
No. Crap. Actually, I would actually say Bay the Fly is a fun ally because he just does the play-by-play on the Zord fights during every episode.
Oh yeah.
Geki Ranger and Jungle Fury. It's just we
Yeah,
never
it's
had
so much.
play-by-play commentary.
Yeah, love that.
For Sentai, I need to look up the name, but he also was technically and I don't know why they didn't do this because he was technically the Sixth Ranger for Go-Go 5.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
He was only in the film, but I wish they had used him in the thing and made him like a power-up for the Silver Ranger. Juma Hunter Zeke.
Yes, Zeke.
And then Zeke John.
Yeah, the armor for both of those are really, really cool. A streamlined black undersuit with the gold chest area and the armor greaves. Yeah, no, really, really solid.
Transformation sequence for Zeke.
Yeah, here I'll find a picture for it.
I'm just gonna see if I can find the video because it's just a really cool henshin sequence. But yeah, that's mine. What about you, Tafari? I'll try and find this.
I'm probably gonna go Alpha 5.
Of all the alphas.
I mean, he was the only one I really knew. Like, And it also kind of threw him like, why is Zordon here if we have this one who basically gives out the directives? I always kind of thought he was low-key the Shadow Man running the team because it's like Zordon is the face, but clearly Alpha is the one who could at least come down here and actually like touch things and maneuver stuff. And I guess that they took their own spin on him with the movie. But even then, it's like, we've been down here for millions of years. And I'm like, and y'all are just now activating Rita and all this other stuff? Or like we conveniently found Rita Repulsa right when the new team gets discovered? Like, that CinemaSins is going to have a field day with this.
Yeah. Yeah, so Alpha is a solid choice. A feat of Illinois Ian technology. There you go. I'll say that. Because he was born on the same planet that Mask Rider came from. That's a whole different thing. This is what Joe is talking about. This is
Technically the Sixth Ranger from Lightspeed Rescue, but he only appeared in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, Beast Demon Hunter Zeke, and this is his henshin.
I dig the bulkier armor set.
Yeah. So a epic armor. I'll pause it here. But yeah, no. So like you got the faceless mask, the kind of heads of the display style, bulkier armor. Like I say, it's a slimline black undersuit with just like the shoulder and the chest being more bulky in armor. The greaves he has, and he has a really cool gun that goes well with it. I would have liked to have seen a version of this in NPR. I'm sad we never got it, but yeah. What we got in exchange, Titanium Ranger, yeah, solid replacement if I do say so myself. Keeping the ball rolling. Oh yeah, no, we're on Allies, right? So yeah, you said Alpha.
Yeah.
Gotta give the and again, Joe's probably not gonna like it, but Spencer from Overdrive, the Butler.
No, he was fine because he just kind of reminded me of the butler from The Nanny.
Yeah, no. He definitely gave off Alfred energy vibes with the quick comebacks and the quips. He took shit from nobody, and I feel like if they when they came under attack, if he was there, he probably would have held off a couple of them by himself. Rest in peace to the actor. We just lost him a couple of years ago. But yeah, Spencer was so much fun, and the advice he gave out, and just the character as a whole was a fun delight and a very positive part of Operation Overdrive. So yeah, shout out to Spencer. Thank you for everything you did. And also, he was a master of disguise. Let's not forget that dude was a full blown master of disguise, like body imaging and all that stuff. Like it was a whole thing. Picking up the pace real quick. Number 20. What's your favorite individual Zord? Not single Megazord. That's the next one. Your individual Zord that's a part of a bigger Megazord.
So wait, I'm confused. We already did what's your favorite Megazord. How are we doing what's your favorite single Megazord?
Yeah, are we talking like individual? Because I see we got Zord coming up like twice. So are we talking like individual? Because we got favorite Zord and then favorite single Zord or Megazord.
So favorite Zord, which would be like the Triceratops Zord, the T-Rex Zord, individual Zords that are part of a Megazord. The single Megazord is Megazords like the Dragon Zord, the Toro Bull Zord.
But those are also just single Zords.
Well, I mean, well, then you can pick one of those, but I feel like they count as like. Well, so I'm counting Zords as in individual. So that's why I said individual Zords. So think one of the pieces of the bigger Zord. Which one do you like?
For Power Rangers, I will go with not the most unexpected one. I won't go that easy. That's just too easy. So I'm actually going to go with the Red Battleizer Megazord.
Yeah, I see that.
Even though he did have to do dance lessons in order to make sure he could control the thing.
He had the mentally fortitude to do it. Okay, that's a single. Okay,
Sentai wise, this is a cheat, but they technically count. I'm going Ju-on from the Zenkaiger team because he is in fact a Megazord, shrunk down to human size from the robot civilization universe. But he also does become a full-size T-Rex inspiration of all the Rexes, and is part of their Megazord. But he is still also a Ranger member and a individual Zord. So go on.
okay. Here's what I'll do. I'm sorry, it's probably real quick. Here's what I'll do.
You good?
I'll erase the individual Zord. We'll just do single Megazords. I'm sorry that was a bit confusing. But yeah. So your single Megazord. So yeah, that's your favorite one.
The child in me, I was like Kimberly's like pterodactyl Zord just because it was like the only one that could fly, and I'm just like, why don't y'all just put like guns on it? Literally air assault, and you don't have problems anymore. The other one,
Probably all the toys do.
Yeah.
they all had like cannons on them, right?
Yeah.
Because like between them and Zoids, which was literally just transforming just the Zords with weapons, and I'm just like, yeah, I was like, I get it. They transform into the Megazord, but I feel like y'all skip past what the Zords could do themselves just to do the combination thing and sell more toys.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, solid choice. If I had to pick one, I would definitely say the Q-Rex. Q-Rex is just a whole different style of badass. And it looks like the design itself is really cool. It gave us hints of the original Dragonzord with like instead of like the fingers and the blasters in the fingers, he has like a whole Gatling arm pretty much full of missiles and stuff like that. It's really cool. And being able to transform, giving us something that Dragonzord didn't, being able to transform from Rex mode to Megazord mode is really cool. If I had to pick an individual one just off the rip, like a solid one, um, I would pick the Red Dragon Thunderzord. Not even just not even its battle form, just the solid Chinese dragon look of that Zord is so iconic. So that's my single Megazord and my individual Zord. We'll combine those questions together. So I replaced it and I added the next question. What's your favorite Morpher?
Make sure I got that right. I think he's getting his or not.
Okay.
There's so many good ones. I wish Lightspeed had a better Morpher. I really did. No, I really did. Trying to think, because there's so many good ones. Yeah, sorry guys, this is just taking me a moment. I'm like just trying to think. I know what my favorite Sentai one is.
You're good. Tafari, if you have yours, you can go ahead and say
Yeah,
it.
go for it.
I very much like the classic Morphers because I see a lot of people still like make and 3D print those to this day. So like just the ones that they hold out and like clamp open and shut. And then I see Walter is like at every con forever posing with those things. So so it's a little permanent piece of childlike wonder. So classic Morphers are always going to be mine.
Okay. You got yours, Joe?
No, I'm still thinking. Like I said,
Okay,
there's
cool.
just so many.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yours
I
is
feel that.
easy. I know what yours is.
Huh?
I know what yours is.
That's not actually what you think. Yes, the Astromorpher is among one of my favorite ones to wear. Um, but I do have a even bigger soft spot for the Zeonizers. The Zeonizers is just so cool. And then having to do the motions to get the thing, uh, it's so cool. It definitely was a newer take and an updated form of like, hey, it's morphin time. Instead of just putting our arm behind our back, you actually see what we're using to transform. So yeah, uh, Astromorpher and my heart goes to the Xeonine. They're cool.
Um, I'm gonna say the Lost Galaxy Morpher for a different reason because the Lost Galaxy Morpher is actually the Die Ranger Morpher.
Oh, yeah, okay. So you're talking about the Magnamorpher then?
Yeah, the Magnamorpher, which is which is what the Die Ranger Morpher is.
I
Now,
see that.
Syndrome, on the other hand, that's easy.
See,
well, he got a strap.
Yeah, I figured he had something somewhere for this.
He got a strap. Oh, hang on, guys. Yeah, go ahead and tell them what that is. Give me a second.
That was such a long voice command.
Yeah, they got longer as the series progressed. But yeah, that's from
putting them in his normal sized toys.
Yes.
I mean, you got the full size Gabu revolver.
I do. It is. Yeah, it's right here behind me. I gotta find a better spot for it because my chair covers it up. I'm knocking my Qtama orbs down. There we go. Blickies as morphers. You can't go wrong. But yeah, good solid choice for me. Well, no, I already said mine. Yeah, Xenizers, and then we got Joe's. Cool. Let's keep it moving. Question number 22. We are 10 questions away from the end. So who's your favorite Power Rangers couple? Your favorite ship?
I'm trying to think, I don't think I realized anyone was dating on that show or any of these series.
Well, one of them actually ends up as a married couple.
Yep.
A
confirmed married couple anyway. I'm sure some other ones got married off screen, but yeah.
I don't really ship people a whole lot, so
if you can't think about it, we can skip it.
I mean, I don't really ship people, so I guess I'll just like toss a random couple together. We'll do Carter and Dana.
Okay. Yeah, they were definitely going down the lines as could have been a cute couple. We didn't get the confirmation though. I mean, with them together, in the Super Megaforce crossover, I think that kind of confirmed that they were together at some point. Tafari, what you got?
I guess I'll give it to Jason and Kimberly from the new movie. This feels like they had a nice little. It was a little bit more prominent there, at least. And again, feels like something they wanted to flesh out in a sequel or at least a feature of sequel films. but then that just went absolutely nowhere. So
Yeah, there was supposed to be a even not darker, but there's supposed to be a sex scene with them, and it would have led to some issues in the team for a little bit, but they cut it out, and what we got honestly was really cool. I think that they would have definitely fleshed them out later on down the line. So I'm excited for that we did get that because everyone as a kid before Tommy came along, oh yeah, I think the Pink and Red Ranger will be cute together. And then here comes Solid Green talking about what's up. I'm here now. I'm gonna take your girl. And he did. They dated for a while, and until Cat came along, that was the whole thing. But yeah, so solid choice. And shout out to Tafari for giving movie answers as well. Again, 2017 does not get as much love as it should, and again, justice for those actors for that movie. Um, we'll never get the sequels that we should have got. I'm just saying this. So again, shout out for T for showing the movie universe some love. For me, it's one that was on the road to happening, and they just never sealed. I mean, I'm sure they sealed the deal eventually, but like we almost got a kiss, and it never happened. Tyler and Shelby from Power Rangers Down Charge. The progression of their relationship from start to finish was so smooth because there was genuine flirtation and like butterfly in the stomach type moments, and like from the get go, like it wasn't an immediate attraction, but like they were the first two to become Rangers, so they share that bond, and it just grew over time, and to the point where like we almost got a kiss, and the Blue Ranger, shout out to Yoshi, messed got in the way and messed it up, but it was clear that they were going down the line of they were going to end up together. Um, she was so into him that like she it was a plot to save one of the powers where she didn't want to dress up as a princess because she was all high and mighty, like, yeah, royalty is horrible and blah 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 blah. And then Tyler comes in dressed as the fake prince, and she turns around like, you know what? Actually, let me get that dress on real quick. Let me get that tiara. I think I might want to do it now, only because she saw him. And so like moments like that. If I had to pick a second, shout out to the first official lesbian couple in Power Rangers, Izzy and Fern from Dino Fury and Cosmic Fury. That's definitely a second ship, but yeah, my favorite goes to Tyler and Shelby from Down Charge. Moving right along to question number 23. Uh, this one is weird. So I guess we can count the comics as well. The question is, what is your favorite fan-made Power Ranger team? Because there are so many across the board, and you have to really go deep dive. Let's change that to what is your favorite comic team, yeah. So, what's your favorite comic team? There are a lot of newer teams in the comics that came about since 2016. So, uh, Joe.
I think Tafari may be an odd man out on this one because I don't know if he's done the comics.
I have
Yeah.
not. I know there's been if we gotta go comic or like comic team, Aaron Coney, who was the manager for like Sean Schimmel, and Walter, who played Zach, has this new like Ranger-esque comic called Phantom Force. It's actually really cool that I've been reading. So I'll go with that because that one's a bit more graphic. People actually lose limbs and bleed, but they're still wearing like Ranger-esque outfits. So that one I can add to the conversation, but you guys go ahead.
Okay. I mean that answers the question right there. That's a good one. Joe, what you got?
I'll let you take it first because I think I know what you're going to say. I think.
God, the Omega Rangers is just
Knew it.
to answer a question that we never really thought to answer and give us a reason for Jason, Trini, and Zach to leave the team, and for it to be some of the cleanest suits with the black with the black and gold trim along with their normal color and how strong they were. Like this is a team that uh is like universe wide, so they're not stuck in one single city. They're out in the universe.
Yeah, so to provide for
Doing
context, the Peace Summit was actually a cover story, and they are basically Zordon's Black Ops team that operates around the universe.
Okay.
and they're not seen as often, but they were brought together by the Blue Emissary to handle the ramifications of the fallout from Shattered Grid, which is the big comic event that we got for the 25th anniversary.
Also, their
And
Blue Ranger
so,
was a literal cat.
well, yeah, the second Blue Omega Ranger became a cat. The first one betrayed the team
He didn't
and
become a cat. He
became
was just a giant space tiger that got the morpher to work.
yeah. We love it and we love them, and yeah, no, just out of all the teams that they did create, the comics did create several amazing like team compositions. This one right here, bro. This team right here, they are absolutely goated. Look at them. Ah, the
Also,
just
Zach and Trini became parents for like a short bit.
they did. They did. Also confirmed that they would have been better off together in the continuity and making Zach Min's actual dad instead of just her adopted dad. But that's again, whole different conversation. This is my favorite creative Ranger team of all time. Joe, what's yours?
Pull up the comic team from the that used the Die Ranger suits.
The universe team. Yes. Well, I guess Power Rangers Squadron is what their official team name is.
Squad?
Yeah, so they're the Squadron Rangers. That's their team. 1 second, I'm gonna pull this up real quick. Booyah! Here we go. And they actually added.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that they added a color because black. There was never a black Die Ranger. So
Right. So in the comics, this is technically the very first team of Power Rangers to ever tap into the morphing grid. So they finally got around to using the Die Ranger suits, which is where the White Ranger originally comes from. He comes from this actual Sentai.
Okay.
So all the Thunder Zords and the White Ranger come from this Sentai, which was originally supposed to be a baseball themed Sentai, but instead they changed it to Chinese martial arts based Sentai. I've shown that clip a couple times where it shows the Red Ranger on the beach fighting that one other martial arts dude, and he rips off and he's got like all the heavy training gear on his body.
oh yeah, that man. The fight scenes in Die Ranger are simply
See
goated.
if I can pull up that fight real quick. It's
Yeah,
not a
I
long
got
fight.
it. Yeah, no, that fight scene, Die Ranger. But yeah, no. So this team itself, being and see these characters, they become something more than just Rangers. They become it's weird. They become the emissaries, which are physical manifestations of the morphing grid. But realistically, their role should have been becoming the master morphers. I'm sorry, the morphin masters. And I'm kind of going to do a video about that later. But let's see if I can find the scene on beach. There you go. There we go. Rio versus Jen. This is the one.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Now remember, this
Yeah,
is the early '80s, so they have no problem just doing out of scene fights.
Yeah.
Also early '80s. I take that back. This is the early '90s, so
Yes.
they also have zero problem with violence.
Yeah.
I will allow you to die. Why?
Why not? That's the answer. Why not?
The water is putting you definitely at a speed disadvantage. Okay.
This was an actual like training device back in the 80s and 90s.
Okay. I was like, why are we wearing like
It's supposed to restrict your movement and everything.
are we
Yeah.
wearing the prototype for a Freddy Fazbear robot? Like
He just rips it off. Like,
he-
shut up and fight.
he Incredible Hulk that of it. Cool.
Now, if I remember, this guy wasn't a part of the evil faction. He was just someone to fight, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Look at that. Oh my god. Look at bro. Oh, so good. You about to have me go and try to do our next episode being the top best fight scenes from Sentai. Don't have me do that. That's gonna be a lot of research. Please don't have me do it.
This is like his
I wanna do
fiance. And Ryu has no problem taking advantage of that.
You were distracted. I
Should have
got you.
focused.
Okay. That's almost over anyway. Yeah. Boom! Gotcha.
Jeez, what? Okay. All right.
Okay, you know what? That's gonna be a video where we have you come back and just react to Sentai fights because
He's seen the Cougar crash out.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of them. Joe is well versed with many of these. I just haven't seen that one.
bro, the fight, some of the fight scenes from Sentai, man, especially in the older seasons, they are just wild. But yeah, so. What was the question? Oh yeah, fan-made team is the answer. So Joe's answer was the Squadron team. Power Rangers universe is such an amazing and unique way to explain out certain characters like the Phantom Ranger, the Squadron team, and where the emissaries eventually came from. So if you get a chance, read Power Rangers universe. It's really awesome. Going to the next question. I don't know. That's. So it says, "What's your least favorite Power Rangers episode?" Going to episodes like that, it's just because there are always going to be some hits and misses. Let's change that to what is your least favorite Power Ranger villain? Let's say that. So yeah, least favorite main villain.
Oh, Lothor.
The one that just sucked.
Easily Lothor. He was just a joke through and through. Like, even Mesogod got tired of his ass. Like, midway through the episodes, like, he's an idiot, and I can't work with this guy.
I told you, he whipped his ass. It was great. Great fight.
So, yeah, easily Lothor.
Okay. Safari?
You know, for me, it was kind of Goldar. I just felt like you have like all that. You have that armor and like that flashy set next to Rita, but then you put that face on it, and it's just like I feel like the drip is compensating for something as I get older.
I mean, in the Sentai series, where he comes from, Scorpina is his wife, and they do have a baby at the end of the series.
Yes.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
I feel like the movie, like Goldar, kind of just happens because I'm like, is this a solid rock man or is this a goop monster at times? It really seems inconsistent, but yeah, Goldar as a personality kind of wasn't for me too much. I think I feel like I feel the way about Goldar I should have felt about Ivan Ooze.
Oh my. Okay. Damn. He's speaking big facts tonight. Goldar, because of the theme and the whole magical and the witch theme, Goldar is a literal flying monkey. That's the reference. He's a monkey in golden armor, and then you give him wings. He's a flying monkey. That being said, my least favorite villain, it's gotta go to the demons from Lightspeed Rescue. Not saying that they're bad, just they didn't get interesting until the end.
I wouldn't say that. I
And
say that they were a fairly coherent family throughout the whole thing. They
Well, see,
generally didn't worry about each other.
yeah, and see, like, but they didn't show a lot of that until towards the end. You know, where Lokai is like, "Here, my friend, take this," and you know, we've been friends for a long. Like, bro, where was this the whole season? Like, if they had played it up and actually written them that way in the whole season, like to show genuine, because like Vipera, dear Lord, epic looking outfit, but the acting for her was atrocious, and I think that kind of helped seal the deal too. And then Ben Shira, for all her hyping up and all that stuff, what does she really do? Nothing. For the majority of the series, Diabolico was your baddie until you took his power and gave it to Impus. Honestly, I feel like the ones should have been run with Diabolico as the main villain because Ben Shira did basically nothing the entire time. I mean, obviously, yeah, their whole goal was to bring her back and everything, but like compare that to the same storyline from Lightspeed you get in Mystic Force, where their whole goal is preparing the world for the return of the Master. But when Dude came back, he ran once. He killed two members of the team, Liambo and Daggeron. The world was screwed at that point, where he took all their magic, all their power, and took the world, the city coming together. We believe in magic. Boom, they're back. If they hadn't done that, they've been toast. So comparative, yeah, my least favorite villain, Ben Shira, and the demons by proxy. So yeah. Moving right along. Again, we're going back to the comics. What is Since 2016, Boom Studios has been consistent at dropping banger after banger after banger with the comics. So, what is your favorite Power Ranger comic? Picked this up yesterday, by the way. Power Rangers Prime. I'm excited to read it.
Actually,
yeah,
that's
Joe, talk to
probably
me.
it right now. Currently, Power Rangers Prime is like way up there because this new universe is so dramatically different. They're bringing back other Saban properties that integrate well into it. I love the suits. I really, really love the lore and how they do it. Even if it is borrowing from stuff from Samurai, but even then, that's so much better done here than it is in the actual show. So yeah, it's got to be Power Ranger Prime right now. Plus, I just like Teasy. He's an adorable little T-Rex baby T-Rex Megazord who's like only about a foot tall and probably can obliterate half the city if he sneezed.
Oh, you love that. It's so cute.
Also,
Teen, talk to
Rita,
me.
surprisingly hot, competent, and her henchman is Bulk, which she
La, la, la,
The
la, 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 spoilers.
modicum of respect.
I was gonna say the lunkhead dude from Or am I thinking of somebody else? Is that one
No,
of the
you're
bullet?
thinking of the same dude, but like different universe.
Okay, I was like, that's a name I haven't heard in a minute.
Yeah. So I know you haven't read many of them, but if you had to pick one of the comics, or I guess one of the arcs, if you caught up on any, what would it be for you, T?
I think I'll probably go with that one as well. I've heard good things about it from you guys and from just other people while somewhat browsing the Ranger world. I've heard there have been some misses out there, but I heard this new one you guys talked about is actually really good and one of the few things that people aren't just like, I can't be hurt again.
Yeah. No, I feel that. Bro, the so even though the ending was definitely for me a miss because it could have been so much well done, the entire run of Boom Studios Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and everything in between, just I'm sorry, just the entire run, bro, giving us bangers like Lord Draken, the Omega Rangers, the Eltarian War, Zordon history lore for everything that happened 10,000 years ago. Like, there's so much in the comics that you could put in the main continuity, and because it happened so long ago, it can be canon, and that's what I love about them answering so many questions, giving characters more depth, changing stuff up. We got a revived Green Ranger, so the team had 7 members.
Okay.
Every new and the Megazords, the combinations they came up with, bro. Gravezord, the Dragon and White Tigers, bro. Come on, the Boom Studio, the entire run for me. It's the entire run, starting from 2016 up until just last year. Yeah, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Boom Studios comics run will go down in history as the most goated Power Rangers comic run of all time. That's just me. Uh, so this one, Joe will definitely like this one. Pai Shui, the Order of the Claw. They use kung fu and use chi spirit animals. What is your Pai Shui spirit animal? What animal would you summon to fight alongside you? Joe, talk to me.
Muted. He's got it.
There we go.
Pai Shui animal. I just don't want to say cat because like we're not the team. So, and even Rio. Do, 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 do. Yeah, okay. This is kind of a reach, but I will say polar bear, but specifically ice bear from We Bear Bears.
At some point, I will actually go through that show.
Just because just to let
Fun.
you know, the Ninja Stars in my bag. I bought them legally.
For $10 at a swap meet, like the South Park kids.
Ice
I
bear
love-
woke
I
up
love
like
that.
this. But why?
That is such a fun answer. Yes, no, I can see that, honestly.
I mean, he's already my spirit animal and who I hope to become.
There you go. See, that's the answer. Tafari, what you got, man? What's your spirit animal to fight alongside you?
Probably a cheetah, just off of speed. It's been like my favorite animal since like middle school, so I would not mind having that in spirit animal form.
So you would train under Lily then? Cool.
Probably.
Honestly, she would be a fun mentor. She's very caring, down to earth. Don't piss her off though. She get mad, but like I feel like she would be an excellent master and teacher. So yeah, good choice, man. Uh it's a toss up between a dragon and a lion for me, man. Like obviously the dragon would be on the other side of the fence with the bad guys and everything. It'd be really cool if they did have like a master who their spirit animal was the dragon. Um, I would do a lion. And honestly, being able to train from Jared, with the black lion style, anything like that. Just the epic, the claws and all that stuff. Yeah, for me, definitely be a lion. Uh, if those don't work, I'm rolling with RJ and the wolf. There you go. So 3 options for me.
What about
Those are
Billy
my
and the
pick
Wolf?
choices. Yeah, Billy can't teach me kung fu. Though, and we'll explain more of this in my episode of when I talk about my universe. Tafari, I want you to think about this, right? So in context, Jungle Fury, uh, they got access to Ranger powers, but a lot of them didn't need it because of their connection with Kung Fu and their chi and their spirit animals. They have enhanced abilities like strength, telepathy, ki blast, all that stuff. So, and then the ability to summon their spirit animal as a astral projection that's physically able to fight somebody. Imagine the original 6 Rangers learning that ability.
Mm.
Right? Right? Like Jason just pulls up, I call upon the spirit of the T-Rex and just chomp. Like imagine any animal-based ranger team learning that ability. Goated, unstoppable, you can't fight them. That's what I'm doing in my story. But again, I'll explain that later on down the line because it's a lot more in depth with it. That being said, number 27. Uh, it says, "What's your least favorite era?" I think we can knock this one out real quick.
Neo Saban.
Neo Saban before Dino Charge for me. Tafari.
Just the Disney era, because if you didn't have like the extra cable stuff back then, you couldn't really get access to it. And then the
Yeah.
promotion was all over the place. It was Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, but I didn't know which was what or what came before or after. If we were just running these promos for these shows, so it feels like they had good stuff in their hands. They just threw it out there and saw what stuck.
Yeah, I feel that. Okay. And yeah, both me and Joe said Neo Saban. I assume you're counting the entire run.
Up until Dino Fury when they got better.
Yeah. So yeah, that Dino Charge out of the 4 that we got for Neo Saban is the top tier out of that. It was such a shock to be much better than Megaforce, and then it was even better than what we got afterwards with Ninja Steel. Ninja
Oh
Steel,
no,
it
Ninja Steel was better than Ninja.
it was better than Ninja, but they gave a lot of they tried so hard to add elements from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the 25th anniversary that it brought down so much of the story and could have been done much better. Like give us ninja style like things. Y'all are ninjas, do ninja stuff.
But they
Like
didn't do
Ninja
Ninja
Storm.
stuff for Sentai, so they don't have the footage for it.
I know. So yeah. Uh Neo Saban era minus Down Charge, least favorite era. Keeping right along, number 28. Who is your favorite Power Rangers original character? Now, this is kind of a loaded question because they're all original characters. I guess in the vein of like Ryan from Lightspeed, Dulcia from the movie, characters who don't appear much. Um, it's a very vague question, I guess, and you can also put from the comics as well. Um,
Then we'll go with Grace from the comics because she immediately calls Zordon out on bullshit all the time.
oh,
Being
Grace,
his original Red Tyranno Ranger from the 70s that
yeah,
got her whole team killed because he didn't tell them jack shit.
yes, yeah, bro. She wanted to smoke with him for so long. Um, Tafari,
I mean, I don't know if it's technically a Ranger, but we can go Fighter D from Go Go Loser Ranger. Like seeing the Rangers as like Hollywood megastars, but from like a putty perspective was actually pretty interesting. And the fact that he actually, I've fallen off of that show. I need to catch up. But the fact that it's actually really good. And the fact that he actually squares up with a few of the Rangers and their subordinates and actually holds his own is actually pretty cool as well.
okay, cool. I'm gonna check that out. For me, yeah, I'm gonna give it to Dulcia. Dulcia was our prototype Ninjor. She is from the Power Ranger movie, and I feel like there was so much more we could have done with her, um, with that whole planet and all that stuff. But what we got, one, she was hot. Dear Lord, that was an awakening for a lot of us '90s boys, and she's badass too. And she led the team to the monolith, the great power, gave them their sick ass ninja suits, and peaced out. Said, you know what, I can't leave the planet, but you guys have fun, do y'all? Yeah, Dulcia is a fun original character. I wish we had more things with her. 29. We are almost there. 5 questions left. Uh, this is a okay. Some of these questions, because okay, it says who's your favorite monster that isn't the main villain. There's so many monsters to really choose from. Like you have to go research and remember which one it is. Is that something y'all want to do? You want to change the question?
Oh no, I know exactly what I'll pick.
Okay.
Uh,
Then we got it. Joe, go ahead.
we'll go with Poisania or Candela. Did she actually like did a face turn?
Ah,
Became a good guy. And then her Sentai counterpart, Candelia, actually is going to be marrying the Blue Ranger of that universe in the first human monster marriage.
wait. Okay, so who's her American counterpart?
Poisania from Dino Fury? Or not Dino Fury. What are they called?
Oh, Poisandra?
Poisandra.
Oh, okay. I was like, that doesn't ring a bell, but okay, yeah, cool. Okay, so she's married to the blue Q Kyo Ranger.
Kyoryu Blue.
Oh,
The one whose
oh,
sister was the same actress that did Jasmine. She became
oh,
Koryu Siam.
okay, nice,
Yeah. So
cool.
in
Okay,
the Kyoryuger
oh,
universe, uh, the Blue Ranger is ending up marrying Candela.
nice. Okay, well, congratulations to them.
No, I
Tafari,
even asked
favorite?
like when they show Q when King Oger shows up, they even asked like, how does that work out? It's like it doesn't matter.
Oh, hey, love is love. Love is love. We support monster on human love here. Oh, uh,
Rephrasing
yes.
that.
Yeah, keeping it going. Tafari, favorite individual monster or whatever. It can be a foot soldier. It can be an individual
Yeah,
monster. But
I'll
we
go putty foot soldiers because they just never felt threatening to me. I'm like, your job is strictly to be smacked around for the plot and entertain me while doing so. I also felt like I feel like regular people, I feel like regular non-rangers can knock the putties around. They at least made them look somewhat menacing in the 2017 movie, but I liked putties for the cannon fodder that they were.
They're dancing towards me aggressively. Like if they
Basically,
had Pokemon, they were just
pretty
Team
much,
Skull.
basically.
pretty much. They really were. I'll definitely give them that. For me, individual monster. Uh, hmm, that's a good one. I'm trying to breeze through. Who gave them the most smoke? Huh. Hmm. So I like there was I think it's called King Sphinx. He was featured a lot in a lot of the promo for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. To where we thought he was like a counterpart to Goldar. That's how much he was featured. He was only in one episode, and
Yes, Gryffindor's.
he gave smoke to Jason. Um,
Yeah,
and they ended
Goldar's
up yeah,
technical cousin.
right, like literally they could have been cousins. Um, Here, I'm gonna try to pull it real quick. King Sphinx, Power Rangers. Yeah, like look at that, dude. Like that is literally could have been Goldar's cousin or brother. His brother in the comics is Silverback, but I mean, he could have been part of their whole bloodline. Like what? So yeah, I'll give it to him and the design is really cool too. It's that Egyptian flair. The bulky arms and the wings. Solid Ranger of the Week. Solid Monster of the Week. Even though I think it'd been really cool if we had got a lot more of him. Plus the fact that he was in a lot of the marketing for Power Rangers, like the toys and all that stuff. So, heck yeah! All right, easy one here, boys. Um, who is your Power Rangers crush? It says first crush, but I'll just put any Ranger that you had a crush on, any team, any season.
Turbo Yellow.
Aisha.
And it's still pink. Good Lord, have mercy. She's Brazilian, and she's a total badass. And good Lord, have mercy. If I had to pick a first crush, I mean, everyone says Kimberly. Honestly,
No.
Trini was very cute to me as well when
Nah.
I was younger. But again, I wasn't really thinking like that. I was like, oh, she's pretty. She's
So
cool.
Ashley, and then we'll
But
say
yeah.
SPD Pink.
Oh yeah, SPD Pink, man. She's a baddie. And SPD Yellow though. If you're a Ranger fan, you're watching this, and I say SPD Yellow as far as crushes and hotness goes. If you know, you know. Tafari, I'll explain later. I don't want to say too much while we're on screen. Anyway, last two questions, guys. The final batch. We're at the end. Which Ranger power would you choose? Out of all the ones we got, Six Ranger, main team Ranger, which Ranger power appeals to you? Which one would you choose if offered?
I'll go with the Magna Defender.
Solid choice.
I get a shotgun that turns into a sword, great sword. I get to become part of my own Megazord.
Trying to
I get
remember.
full armor.
Do Delta Blasters count as a power, or is that just a sidearm?
It's just the sidearm, but if you want SPD Red to just have that, honestly, I get it.
You know what? That's gonna be it for me.
I mean, honestly, I get it because I would pick the quantum powers just to be able to have a fully energized version of this. And honestly, that suit gives off so much aura in itself. It's yeah. I'm a Red Ranger, but I ain't that Red Ranger. I'm the Red Ranger. Like a second choice for me would be obviously uh Jungle Fury Blue. I'm sorry, not Blue. Violet, the Wolf Ranger, because the first official Purple Ranger, and he looked so clean. Yeah, absolutely. So those are my two choices. But yeah, I would definitely, absolutely rock the quantum power if it was real. And that actually brings us to the final question of the night. Name something from all across Power Rangers lore, anything that you would want to exist in the real world.
Teleporting.
That
Do what?
teleporting. Teleporting.
Teleporting.
Give me teleporting in the juice bar. I can get where I want to and be refreshed while doing it.
Honestly, yeah. Like off rip, Billy, and it makes sense why he's a tech genius and billionaire by the time of Once and Always, bro. This man I think he was the youngest Ranger, so I'm gonna say 14. Not only
He's
took
not
some
the youngest
technology.
Ranger.
That's the youngest.
No, he's not.
Who's the youngest Ranger at that time?
Justin.
I say Justin was like a kid,
No,
right?
no. On the original NPR team, I'm talking about just NPR. At 14 years old, Billy took parts and pieces from the command center, added them to a watch, and made teleporting possible. On top of that, some more pieces from the command center, which I don't know if even Zordon would really allow that, but he did, made a flying car in 1993. there's a reason why he's rich in the show. It's my personal headcanon that he refined the technology, and by the time of SPD, he's the reason why there are flying cars and better space technology and all that stuff. It's all because of Billy. And yeah, so teleporting, that's the one thing, because it'd be just so easy. Hey, I want to go here. Think, boom, we're there. And with that, man, that's our 32 questions for 32 years of Power Rangers. If you've watched this long, appreciate it. Thanks for coming out. Didn't know it was gonna be almost 3 hours. I think this is our longest episode ever, and we're just sitting here goofing off, answering questions. Really, really appreciate you guys coming out. This is a fun week for me, being able to create all this content for Power Rangers. Tomorrow we'll be back with the Sentai movie. Tonight was just a really chill episode. I'll save the news for the movie thing a little later, but because we are getting close to 3 hours. Tafari, brother, thank you for hopping on with us, man.
Yeah, of course.
Again, thank you for giving so much love to the Power Rangers movie. Joe, as always, it's a pleasure to have you on, my brother. Me and him rode out yesterday, met Dan Southworth. Such a fun time. It's always fun hanging out with my Sentai brother from another mother. I'm Shadow. That's Tafari. That's Show Guy Joe. You can follow all of their social medias, and you can see them on the Get Bit podcast with our homie Will. Shout out to Will. That's every week. And so, yeah, man, thanks for watching out. If you guys are watching this long, I appreciate it. As always, may the power protect you. May the force be with you. And have the best day possible.
How did none of us ever mention Elgar in worst character?
I feel like I repressed that name, and I think there's good reason for it.
I rest my case.
That's such the best way to end the episode. We're done. Boom. That was. Thank you.